I have a gavel now. I've been joking about this for 2 episodes, and I have a gavel now. This is going to make this stream's quality 10 times better, and this is what we're dealing with first. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Welcome to Very Serious Battles 3, and on that note, I have a gavel from Saint, Saint's probably here, right? I don't think Saint would have sent me this and then not showed up to the next stream. A viewer who I have talked to many times is named Saint Walker. Why did I phrase it like that? Anyway, he sent me a freaking engraved gavel that says very serious. It's going to be inverted on your screens and probably not focused correctly, but it says Very Serious Battles official ruling gavel, no fun, all serious. This is going to make our rulings, my rulings, so much more definitive. And it's excellent. He is here. Good. Good. Anyway, welcome to Very Serious Battles. We have some maintenance stuff to do first, which, like, I have announcements and things, but I'll go through this quickly. We have to make the wheel before we start actually getting into the battles. We have to make the new wheel, or refresh the wheel, I guess. But before then, we do have the first thing we need to do this week is we need to decide what I'm banging the gavel on. That's obviously priority number 1. I have to decide what makes a good sound when I hit it. And I have a few options here, right? So we're going to decide as a group. I've already done some beta testing, but I've done beta testing just to my own ears, not to the mic. So this is gonna be a lot dependent on you guys and what you guys think sounds the best. I think literally the thing that just sounds the best is the box that the gavel came in. So you guys are gonna have to tell me how this sounds on the mic. But just... There's also this cardboard backing thing I have, but I think that's too muted. I think this is the best. Just... What do we think about that? Is that solid? Is that a good... It's gonna sound weird because I'm picking it up, but like... Obviously it's, you know... That's what we're doing. Good? Good? Easy? Box works, solid, sounds good, yeah. Awesome, perfect. This is what we're doing then. I guess I should also test. I could put the lid on the box. How does this change the sound? So it's a little deep. Which do we like more? Lid? No lid. Just lower pitched or higher pitched? Which are we feeling? Which are we feeling? Lower? No lid? No lid? Okay, no lid it is. I think, and this is me kind of guessing on how audio works, I think lid probably sounds better in person and does not translate as well to the mic, which makes sense. So, alright. This will be my first official ruling with the gavel, is first point of order in the court stenographer, someone, write this down. First point of order, the gavel item used will be the back of the gavel box. Official ruling. Another fun fact about this thing, and then we'll actually start real content. This thing can start fires. I'm sure of it. I'll show you guys. Obviously, this is in, like, my bedroom, so it's not going to work. But, like, this is going to be weird to get... You guys see that? Am I holding it up at the right angle? No, not at all. It's like a crystal glass gavel. You guys see how it can reflect light? If I go out in the 100-degree Texas heat and use this as like a refractor, is that the right word in this case? Whatever. This thing could 100% start fires, like a magnifying glass. I'm convinced that it could. I am convinced that it could. But that is, you know, if I really need to deal out some justice, I can burn people with the gavel of fate. Anyway. Welcome to Very Serious Battles, for real now that the gavel thing has been decided. I have a couple quick announcements to do. I gotta set up my TikTok live. Those things won't take long. But, actually, you know, I was gonna say I'll talk about the wheel first. It makes sense to get, like, promo stuff done and then start talking about the wheel. But I'll talk about announcements as I go. There are a few of them, not anything really crazy today, really just, like, kind of like two new things and one sort of regular thing. First newish thing is I'm selling a comic book that I made. I am selling physical copies of a comic book that I made called Power Play. It was a Kickstarter I did a while ago, and fulfillment was a whole thing because of COVID. But basically, super limited physical print runs of that comic are now available. I'm not going to go into too much detail here for the sake of time, but as it says in the announcement section up there, you get where it is. There is a channel in my Discord, literally called like Buy Matt's Comic or something like that, where if you're interested in buying a comic that I wrote, physical copies, you can check there, and there's all the info. If you already bought one, I have the packages set to go. I'm going to ship them out, I think, Friday. So if you've purchased one, shipping is about to go out for that. They're all set to go. If you want proof, I can go and get it and show it on camera and show everyone your address. I was gonna get the packages and be like, oh, look, here's proof that I'm actually gonna ship out the thing. And then I was like, I don't want to show people's addresses on camera. So I didn't do that. But I do have them. All right, let me get my TikTok live going here. But yeah, that's the only announcement that I have there. Second announcement, I guess I'll just kind of go. And I just realized it says Outlaws of the 7 episode 2 on D and Dorks YouTube this Wednesday. That's technically not wrong. It's just today. Outlaws episode 2 should be up. Outlaws episode 3 will be this Friday, of course. Which means we're almost halfway through out. We are a quarter of the way through Outlaws already, which is wild. I'm enjoying it so far. If you don't know what Outlaws is, it is the newest arc on my Dungeons & Dragons show that I have been doing for like a year and a half at this point. I'm not the DM for once, and it's super fun being a player. So if you want to see Panda Red, most of you probably know who Panda Red is. If you want to see Panda Red DM a Dungeons & Dragons campaign, check out the YouTube for that. It is very fun. Oh, it's premiering right now? I kind of forget we do Power Play. Oh yeah, can you possibly do a description of Power Play? That is probably something I should do to make people interested in buying the dang book. It's been such a hellish process getting this thing done that I don't think about marketing. It's about a superhero game show, basically. It is about superheroes trying to catch a bad guy, like, on a live televised show, which goes about as well as you think it would, I'll phrase it like that. But yeah, it's a little one-shot comic that I wrote, superhero game show. That's what the guy from my profile picture's from. It is one of my characters from that. All original characters, of course. But yeah, there's that. Remember to check the Discord for wheel pitches. Yes, I know. I'm setting up my TikTok live here. God, these Power Pack videos are doing so bad, man. I thought that this would be a fun little series, and it is not doing well. Ben 10 videos are still killing it, though, man. What's my Ben 10 video from today at? It's at 18K in like an hour? Hell yeah. Anyway. Enough tooting my own horn. Let's actually get this stuff done. Oh, third announcement. There is a third announcement. Basically, not a great one. I'm not streaming this Friday because I'm at a convention. This Friday I am. No one panic. This Friday I am. This Friday is Dungeons & Dragons. I am streaming this Friday. Normally, I would stream this upcoming Saturday. I usually stream Saturday nights if you're new. But, like I said, I am at a convention this weekend. So, I am not going to be streaming because, while I technically might be back in time, I don't know. I will be tired. Alright, very serious versus battles. Let me green screen my Twitch background up there, and then we will start on the wheel. Are we just gonna, are we not gonna have suggestions here and just in Discord? No, we're gonna have both. I don't actually know how many we need. I have not looked. I think last week I was like, oh, I'm going to set up the wheel beforehand. And then I realized that it is more fun to set up the wheel on camera. So we're going to set up the wheel. I genuinely do not know how many we need. Frame that a little better. That's good enough, right? That's good enough. Okay. And then I didn't that's a good way to describe a lot of my Twitch content. Let's be honest here. Okay. There we go. Here's the wheel. Here's the wheel. Kind of awkwardly centered, but that's because when I spin it, the thing comes up in the center. Let me get the episode list or the running tally Google Doc of our previous episodes done. So, first thing that we got to do before we start actually spinning the wheel to decide who's going to be fighting, we have to refresh the wheel. Here, I'll just do this the lazy way. Let me just start a tally or a title for episode 3. What we got to do first is we have to take all of the characters that we did last week, remove them from the wheel, and then we'll fill it back to 100. So, I'm actually going to drag the wheel over here so that I can have them both up on my screen at the same time. And let's go through and take all these off. So, Mr. Clean, we did. Me, we did. Catboy from PJ Masks. Mordecai and Rigby. I do believe Terry Crews. Yes, Terry Crews was on there. Adam from Lab Rats. This is actually great to go through all these one by one, because what this will do is better kind of showcase the vibes. Showcase the vibes that we are going for. Alright, let's see. Larry the Cucumber. Nope, Larry the Cucumber actually is still in, right? No, he fought Mr. Clean and got dissolved. Peglin. Did we do the Pillsbury, the Pillsbury Doughboy? I don't think so. I think he's still on the list. Hamster from Hamster and Gretel. The Wii Fit board. That, Darwin from The Amazing World of Gumball we did not do. We did another Amazing World of Gumball. Let's see. Who else here? Tom from Tom and Jerry. I think we did someone from Tom and Jerry. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Maybe we didn't. I'm looking at the master list, and I'm not seeing it. Swiper from Dora the Explorer, which is one of the stupidest ones in this game's entire history. Leo from Lab Rats. Nicole Watterson we did. Perry the Platypus we did. Also, by the way, if you're saying things in chat, I'm not looking at my chat right now as I clear this. I'll look back at my chat once this is cleared. Dark Timeline Abed. Let's see. By the way, I guess I should say, if you want to hear any of these fights, both episodes of this that I have previously done are on my VODs YouTube. Amy, if you can put a VODs YouTube link in chat, both of those episodes are there. So any name that I say has already been done. Already is public information for anyone who wants to see it. Shigo, SpongeBob. I don't know. We did SpongeBob. Larry Boy we did. Toodles we did. Carmen Sandiego. Did we do Marcus from Lab Rats? I know we put him on the list, obviously, because I'm looking at him right now. We did. It was one of the first ones. We did that. Almost. Mr. Beast, we did. Hatsune Miku, we did. The Count from Sesame Street. Penny from The Amazing World of Gumball, we did. Carmen and Junie from Spy Kids, and I believe that is it. If I left someone on and we roll them, I will just remove them from the list. So, we are at currently 76 names on the fight wheel, which means we need 24 suggestions. I'm going to pull from my Discord first. I'm not necessarily going to put everything on the Discord first, but I know some people were suggesting things. I'm going to pull some from my Discord, then I'm going to look through chat. Alright, let's see. Yes, Magic School Bus. Okay, I have a question immediately. Magic School Bus and Miss Frizzle, are they counted as a unit or are they counted separately? Because does Miss Frizzle inherently does not have any abilities outside of the school bus that we see, right? Like, she's definitely a witch. But does she have I'm putting Magic School Bus on here. That's for sure. The question is, does Miss Frizzle count as her own individual unit? Miss Frizzle and the bus together? Okay, that's what I was... So, I have put Magic School Bus on here, just we will know that Miss Frizzle is also counted within that unit. Amy, you have 222,000 points? Dear Lord. Quentin Tremblay from Gravity Falls is a great one. Yes, Quentin Tremblay. Quentin Tremblay the Third. I will put that in there. Let's see. Venus de Milo from Ninja Turtles. I feel like Ninja Turtles is too serious. I know we put like Shigo on here. Shigo I think is maybe too serious of a character for power scaling purposes to put on here. Chef Boyardee. You know what? Chef Boyardee does have that weird thing where the cans do seem to have minds of their own from the commercials. So we'll put Chef Boyardee on there. Senor Card Gauge. That's a deep cut. We'll come back to that. All right, now let's look at some from the Twitch chat. Let's see. Other Mother from Coraline. Is that too Is that too serious? Again, this is very satirical. None of these are meant to be serious. Is Other Mother too good? A thumb from Spy Kids. Yes. Yes, that's a good one. Spy Kids. Oh, and I should also note, remember, if you put one on the wheel, they stay on the wheel until they get rolled. So, well, I'm not going to guarantee everybody, because eventually I will stop this series. But, like, if you don't get yours tonight, come back next Wednesday. They have a decent chance of coming back on. Bugs Bunny, I think, is already on here. We've already done Bugs Bunny. Okay, hold on. There's so many coming in. Hold on. Glumshanks is great. We'll do Glumshanks. Okay, hold on. Chapulin, Colorado. I'm not pronouncing that right, and I'll get yelled at, but I am aware of who that is, so we will put that on there. Sure. I don't know if Luna's here. Luna can definitely correct me if I'm wrong. I want to put something on the wheel. It says my mother. Yes, mother. You are welcome to put things on the wheel. Norm from Phineas and Ferb is already on there. The Bears from We Bare Bears. Yes, great. That's a great one here. We'll do them as a unit. Bears, WBB. Jolene from Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. I don't know any Zelda stuff, which is not a requirement. This is research, but I need people in chat. Is Jolene too serious? Someone who knows. You can just pick anyone. The Bit Mom. I don't know if you've been to these streams before. Yes, by the way, anyone in chat. The Marvel Mom is my actual mother. The Bit Mom is we take like kind of joke characters, like kids cartoon characters, or like fast food mascots, nonsense like that. We spin the wheel twice, and then we decide who out of the two would win in a fight. That's the bit. So it's for fighting. It's the context of fighting. Darkwing Duck is already on here. I did write down Duckwing Dark by mistake, but it's on there. Mr. Electric, Shark Boy, and Lava Girl. Shark Boy and Lava Girl are already on there. I will put in Mr. Electric. Celesta Bella Bethabel from Gravity Falls is great. Celesta Bell... Celesta Beth... Gravity Falls Unicorn. Gravity Falls Unicorn can go on there. Magikarp. Magikarp's a solid one. Yeah. I feel like most Pokemon are going to be too serious, but Magikarp is good. The Street Sharks, I am aware of who they are, so sure. The Street Sharks, we need 13 more. 13 more. Gertie the Dinosaur. Oh, there's so many. Oh my god. Okay. Magikarp, that misspelling her. I have to type in so many things. I'm sorry. Everyone calm down. Okay. Let's see. Which of these? Ice King is too serious. The Biker Mice from Mars, sure. I'll put the Biker Mice from Mars. That's enough of a thing that I'll put them on there. Ron Swanson is solid. I have not seen that show, but I am generally aware of who Ron Swanson is. Ace from Planet Heroes. I can't. There's not enough information. Lionel Messi, the footballer. We could. I'm gonna stray away from real people in this. We've done it a few times, but no. Chewie. Wait, when you say like, you're gonna have to be more specific, Mob. You mean Chewbacca? I feel like that's a little too serious for this purpose, but that is fair enough. Definitely no anime. That's the other rule. Anime immediately makes people take it too seriously. This is not a serious thing at all, and I feel like putting an Attack on Titan character in there becomes more serious. Oh, the cat from Miss Marvel. Oh, no. You're thinking of Goose from the movies, but yeah, Chewie in the comics. How did you know that? How did you know the comics one? Okay, yeah. Yes, I mean, good. Well, no, that's a very funny thing, Mom. I don't know how did you know that? Oh, okay. Yes, but we're gonna put in Chewie, the cat one. What? Okay, all right. I don't know how you knew the comics name and not the movie one, but whatever. I will do that. Marvel is generally too serious, but I think the cat is valid. Jeff the Land Shark is already on the wheel. I don't remember if we already did him or if he was just on the wheel and hasn't been rolled yet, but he's on here at some point. Got to keep you on your toes. Yeah, seriously. Wallace and Gromit is great. Yes, that's an excellent one. Someone keeps suggesting someone from Ninjago. I'm just going to go ahead and put Lord Garmadon on here. I will put Lord Garmadon on here. Let's see. Okay, I will look up this Legend of Zelda one. I feel like Legend of Zelda is another one that's like, that just franchise might sort of trend too serious. I gotta be careful, because again, the whole point of this is not seriousness in the slightest. The Exo skin from My Life as a Teenage Robot. Fanboy and Chum Chum. Okay, we'll put them on. I've heard of that. Never watched the show, and I don't care if I'm spelling them wrong. That's probably one word, isn't it? I'm just gonna treat it as one word, and if I'm wrong, I don't care. Fanboy and Chum Chum is fine. I can Google it. What do we need? 7 more. 7 more. Phineas and Ferb already on there. Baby Taz from Baby Looney Tunes. Sure. Let's see. Hold on. Someone else. Woody Woodpecker's like an older cartoon character, right? We can do that. I try to stay away from those a little bit because Toon Force kind of breaks things, but we can do a few. We can do a few for the bit. Snap, Crackle, and Pop, the Rice Krispies mascot. That's great. Yes. Love that. Love that. I don't know if I want to do card gauge. That's super niche. That's super. We did Trogdor. We did Trogdor once. Kick Batowski. Okay. I'll allow it. I don't care about spelling them right. I really don't. That'll be good. Captain Underpants is already on there. Tony the Tiger from the cereal box is already on there. Actually, I spelled it wrong and never fixed it. But yes, Tony the Tiger is already on there. The Hamburger Helper mascot. Another good one. Sentient Glove. 3 more. I need 3 more. Invader Zim, I think, is a little bit too serious. I know that the show is not, but like in a power scaling context, I feel like people would take it too serious. Kronk, we'll do Kronk. Pillsbury Doughboy is also already on here. Let's see. Care Bears. If you give me a more specific Care Bear, I can't just do Care Bears and just too many. But if you give me a specific one, I can do that. The Grinch is a great pull. The Grinch is an excellent pull. Good grief, I'm not very creative. Alternatively, you're coming up with good ideas that are so good that we've already covered them. I'm not doing Attack on Titan. For so many reasons, I'm not doing Attack on Titan. No anime. The whole point of this is kind of to make fun of power scaling, and the second anime goes on here, it gets too serious. No anime. The one with the rain clouds from Care Bears. I'm not typing in the one with the rain clouds. Homer Simpson's already on here, I think. You know what? Screw it. Donkey's Kids from Shrek is fine. Donkey's Kids from Shrek is solid. Like the hybrid dragon kids. And that is going to be the wheel for today. But we'll do more next week. We will take off any that we do today, and then we will refresh the wheel next week. So if yours did not get on, there's always a chance. Magikarp is anime. I think of Magikarp more as video game. Also, are you really going to come into my house and tell me that Magikarp and Levi from Attack on Titan are tonally similar? Are you really gonna come into my house and say that? Oh, let me turn that off. Also, there's an ad break incoming. I see that being warned on my thing. So I'm going to take this opportunity to make sure that the wheel is good, that I have everything like optimized as I should. And then once the ad break is over, Can I start it now? I can snooze the ad. Can I start it early? I don't think I can, which is frustrating. But yeah, basically there's going to be an ad break, and we're going to start after the ad break. That'll be an easy way to do this. Let me go through and make sure the wheel is good. I think I have it all correct. This website is... Can I customize the colors of the wheel? Nope. Well, that's not... Enable weights. Tools. Picker wheel. No, that's something different. Menu. Go premium. Switch to dark mode. Dark mode wheel. Do we like dark mode wheel more? Dark mode wheel kind of looks better for my setup. Let's use dark mode wheel. You put is twice in the announcements. I did. That's something I can fix now while we wait for the ad break to be over. Perfect. That's a wonderful thing I can use this opportunity for. I'll cut it from here. Yeah, that's fine. Dark mode duck. Okay, yes. So dark mode is here. I wish I could change the colors, man. Not that I don't love green and like yellow and orange, but I don't. Surely there's a way I can make the colors not this. Oh well. Is Henry Danger too serious for next time? I know he gets powers later, so maybe. Misspelling Magikarp is hurting my soul. Yeah, and sometimes I do it on purpose. Also, the ad break has started now, so we will start once this ad break finishes, so I will go ahead and vamp here. Have enough people been buying your comic to not lose money? Enough people have been buying the comic to help. I have still lost a little bit, but it's okay. It's okay. That's my school colors. It was my college colors, green and orange. Such a not good combination, but oh well. Also, the wheel is set now. I see some people doing suggestions. We can come back to this at the beginning of the end. You should. Panda uses red, white, and black. Well, yes, but does Panda use this same website? Panda probably... Oh, wait. Tool settings? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Wait. Hold. That didn't do... Oh, save. Oh, background color. Hold on. Spin behavior. Mono. Tool colors. Oh my, I can. I can fix the colors. I can make them not bad. We can do, I mean, they're weird. Oh, this one's kind of nice. What colors? Okay. The ad break's done. I lied. People who just came back from the ad, I can change the colors of the wheel and make them not this weird green and orange. What colors do we want? We can have this. No, I don't like the peach color in there. We can have this sort of patriotic wheel. No, gross. Blue wheel? Blue wheel's nice. Blue wheel? We have this, sort of, teal? It looks more blue on your screen than it does mine. Or black and white. I think red wheel, you know, we're gonna do a Twitch poll. We're gonna do an official Twitch poll for the wheel colors. Hang on. I did not have the interface up to set up a Twitch poll, so 1 second here. There we go, new poll. Red, blue, black, and white. Wheel? 1 minute. I will 100% let you bias with reward orbs for this. Go. Buy votes. Okay. What wheel colors do we want? And then we're going to start. You can pick from more options. Can I? Oh, whoa. Oh, never mind. We're canceling. Oh, end poll. There's so many more. Ah! Okay. Halloween. Oh, there's so many. Oh, this is going to take up the next hour of the stream. Rainbow. Gay wheel. Slightly. There's so. Okay, this is such. Young? What is young? Why are the themes set called young? This is like a vomit. I don't like this one. Seasonal. Oh, there's so many. Not mono. Well, I mean, I could do a purple wheel. I like perp. That would kind of match my interface if we want to do a purple wheel. Yeah, that actually looks nice. That actually looks nice. Let's see. Okay. Festival. I want to look at Halloween. No, why would I do Halloween? It's not. I think it's between. It's between purple because purple looks very nice. Or because it looks nice with my setup, with my overlay, or egregiously bright pride flag wheel. It's definitely one of the two. It's definitely one of the two. We'll do another poll. I don't care about this taking too long. New poll. Perp or gay? Those are your two options. Wheel for real. Go. Content does not meet guidelines. Can I not put the word gay in a Twitch poll? Wait, what? Content doesn't meet guidelines? Huh? I can't. Let me. No way. No shot. Is it perp? No way it's perp that's causing that problem. It was. Why did they not let that happen? Huh? Okay, well, we all know what it means. That's so funny. That's so funny. I really am amazed that that's... Well, I feel like this wheel's gonna win now. I feel like the purple one looks a lot better, but the pride wheel's gonna win because of the bit. The pride wheel's gonna win because of the bit. Also, I let people buy votes, so you know. Yeah, choosing gay because of that. I figured people are gonna pick that one because it was discriminated against. Twitch polls are homophobic. That's so funny. That's so funny. I don't know why I'm like stalling to wait to see how the wheel turns out. I mean, or the vote turns out. It's so clearly, and it's 68% for the word we're not allowed to say. Anyway, I can do a second official ruling. The wheel has been decided. This is the way we're going to use now. 40 minutes into this stream. 40 minutes into the stream, we can actually start doing what we were supposed to be doing from the start. But hey, I guess making the new wheel does count as viable stream content for this topic. Anyway, we don't have to deal with the colors anymore, too. This is set. So, let's go! First wheel. I'll do the explain badly in a bit, but we gotta actually do some content. First spin, first fighter of the night of episode 3 of this series is the one I don't know how to pronounce right. God damn it. Well, at least it's out of the way. How do you pronounce this? How do you pronounce this? Someone please tell me how to pronounce this. I'll stall by typing it in. I will stall by typing it in. Hold on, I'm gonna do my lazy thing so I don't have to worry about formatting. Episode 3, Battle 1. Thanks for just... I'll Google it. I'll Google it. I don't even remember how it was spelled. It's just Colorado, like the state, right? And I know it's not. Someone's gonna yell at me. I know it's not named after the state, but it's spelled the same. Chapulin. Thank you, Tintin Woodsman, for actually saying the real thing and not just saying it in type. Music ended. Yeah, that's a bug that's been happening on YouTube. Thanks for letting me know. For some reason, it decides that I'm not still watching 40 minutes into the video and wants to pause it, which is very annoying. Colorado. Okay. Chapulin, Colorado. Okay, cool. If you don't know who that is, we'll find out in a minute when I do the research. But we gotta decide who this guy is fighting. I accidentally right-clicked. Spin again! And we are going to end up on Amazon Alexa. Okay. Versus Amazon Alexa. This is going to be an interesting one. So the research, we don't need to do too much research for the second one here. It's kind of just a thing, but there is definitely some research going to happen for this first one, because I feel like this is definitely not something that at least my American audience, which is of course the vast majority of my audience, knows. So let's see, oh, the first thing that comes up when I Google this character, and I'm going to bring him up on your screens in a second, is there was an Easter egg about him in Blue Beetle, apparently. That's why he's on people's minds, isn't it? That's why he's on people's minds. Anyway, this is El Chapulín, Colorado. I'm still probably not... I'd probably emphasize the Y too much. Oh well. This is the guy. I was first exposed to this funky guy because of a Fortnite skin. There was a Fortnite skin of this dude. He is a comedy superhero, or I guess was like a comedy superhero from Mexico. A parody superhero, basically. I believe his name in English, yes, his name is English is... apparently there's two. It says it translates either as the red grasshopper or the cherry cricket, which... cherry cricket sounds... better. I'm now realizing, why does the heart symbol have a CH? Is it not C? Yes, it's the CH is the first two letters of the first word, but shouldn't it be CC? You know, Daredevil's icon isn't DA. Why is his CA? Maybe that's the bit, actually. This is a parody character, so maybe that's intentionally the bit. Anyway, what we have to decide here is, what powers does he have? Not decide. Decide is the wrong word. What powers does this superhero have at his disposal? Now, he is a cricket, a grasshopper. I'm assuming jumping is something that we're going to be dealing with here. Powers and abilities. I need to center this on your screens. Hold on. And of course I'll like zoom in for pictures and stuff. But like that's, whoops. How do I want to set this up? There we go. I am, okay. Now hold on for a second. As I'm framing this scene for you all, I am noticing that the powers section, way bigger than I was expecting. Right as someone says he has weapons but no powers, then what the heck is this? Also, some of these powers are just in Spanish. This powers section says above average physical abilities, reality warping, temporary enhanced speed, traveling through time and space, shaving non-physical faces. Don't know what that one means. Hammermanship, which I've never heard before, but okay. Size shifting, inanimation, and then in parentheses it says with something in Spanish. I'll do a Google Translate on that. Expertise in combat, two in Spanish that I will translate. Radial frequency. What? It's a lot of Toon Force. Oh, yeah, I figured that much. Chronokinesis, multilingual. I like that we're considering that a power. Master of Disguise, telekinesis, martial arts, pro wrestling, and lucha libre. Pro wrestling and lucha libre has two distinct powers, which is very funny. And then tenacity. We're gonna... I know Google Translate surely isn't the most reliable thing in the world, but we are going to go ahead and just Google Translate some of these that are not in English. Detect language to English. Google Translate. Type in this first one. Oh, we're in the weeds already. Okay, I gotta recreate this. Okay, I have to. I fully expected this to not be anything of note. So I just kind of... Okay. I'm gonna recreate what just happened on my end. This zoom... Okay, you can see. So what happened... I did not expect this to be anything of interest. I expected it to just be like a slightly more niche superpower that I would have to translate. So what I did was I copied the thing that I needed to. I went in here, I paste, and it says Goatee touch repaired. What? I'm assuming this has to do with the shaving non-physical faces or whatever, but what does Goatee touch repaired mean? Okay, well, there's another one. There were two that were in Spanish. And I know a little bit of Spanish, but I don't recognize any of these words. Alright, what do we think this one's going to be? If this one was Goatee touch repaired, the other one is... This can't be right. Oh, wait. Guarani. Wait. What is... Okay, hold on. What is Guarani? Is this translating from the wrong language? Guarani from Paraguay. Okay, what if this is a Mexican show? It's not, this is okay. Hold on. What if I just have it translate from Spanish? Ah, perfect. Great. That helps so much. That helps so much. Thank you. A little bit. Yes, you're right, Saint. Goatee touch repaired has to be the episode title. That is 100% the episode. Also, if people are wondering why this episode on Twitch is called Tokyo Drift, it's because I don't have names for these before I do them. The YouTube has a real name, but this I just put in whatever. Okay, anyway. So, wait. I didn't actually look. These are, I guess, similar languages, right? Paraguay and like those are all going to come from the same root language. So I guess it's like similar but different. This has become a linguistics lesson, but I have to now go back to the other one and see, was that translating from the other language and I didn't notice? Detect language again. Oh. Wait. I miscopied it. That was my bad. I missed a letter. No, that is Spanish. that one does pull from Spanish. Okay. Alright, cool. Goatee touch repaired is... we went into the weeds so fast. So fast we went into the weeds. Okay. 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 Alright. Now, yes, is this wiki notes, it says he has no real superpowers or any fighting abilities, but he's a Toon Force guy, so he doesn't have powers. This is also a very, like, different... Oh, this is a very wild wiki. Special pills that, when swallowed, reduce him to about 8 inches tall, so you got pin particles, but worse. He's got a bicycle horn that freezes things. But he's bad with it. That's kind of funny. A running joke on the show is the lack of mastery with his weapon. Here's the Fortnite skin, if anyone was curious what that looked like. Oh my god, what does that mean? What is the beard thing? What is the... Okay, this is already a rabbit hole. This is already a rabbit hole. But I have to Google... Okay, I'm gonna just do this on the other page. El Chapulín, Colorado. Beard. Does that do anything? If I Google that name with beard... If I Google that name with goatee... Nothing. What does that mean? What does the beard thing mean? It's a recurring thing on this page. Someone please explain to me. Tintin Woodsman, you know what this show is clearly. You clearly know what this show is. Please explain the recurring beard bit. So you don't, what a flying mare is, it's a wrestling hold. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense, I guess. The joke is, okay. So we cannot move on until I understand what this enemy is. Adolf Hitler. Same, I guess. But, okay. It's just a bunch of, like Hispanic names and then Adolf Hitler. Okay. Oh, this is... it's probably from the... Oh, is there a different version from Paraguay? Okay. I guess... I'm... Alright, I mean, you know what? We could go and research Alexa. At this point, I don't want to. At this point, I don't want to. I think that this guy wins. Actually, he did beat Google Translate. And I think Google Translate and Alexa are similar in nature. He beat Google Translate, so I do think that he wins. First official ruling with the gavel in favor of the red grasshopper himself, master of beards and being confusing. He is the first winner on episode 3. What a start. What a start. Same, I guess. That's perfect. I mean, yeah. I'd punch Hitler. I hope most of us would. I hope all of us would. All right. This is another episode where I don't know what to do. I mean, I do. I mean, I keep going and do another fight, but like, oh my god, we are so in the weeds. We just roll again. Oh, ad break? Okay, well, there's an ad break, but that'll be fine. We're just rolling, so no actual debate will be missed. A new one! I'll go ahead and type them in as we go so that people who are on the ad break don't, like, miss anything important. They'll just miss the documentation, the official... Why did I type in El Quentin Tremblay? No. Quentin... How was it spelled? I don't actually know if that's even right, because it's Gravity Falls. And with it being Gravity Falls, it could be spelled in any way that it wants. Quentin Tremblay III versus... Also, I don't think I hid choice on the first one, so if we re-roll, I'll spin again. Versus... we can finally get this typo off the wheel! Tony the Toger! I meant Tony the Tiger, typed it in wrong, never fixed it. This is going to be a good one, though. I think this is actually a great one. Known gamer and fellow Twitch streamer Tony the Tiger. If you don't know what that means, we will cover it in the research, but we got to start with Quentin Tremblay. Now, Quentin Tremblay is a pretty easy one for me. If you don't know who this is, it's a character from one episode of Gravity Falls, and I have seen Gravity Falls 5 or 6 times minimum. So I don't even need to look up the wiki for this one, but I will for the sake of accurate research and, you know, getting things decently correct. I need to, like, figure out what's like a marker I can use to get wikis correctly framed on your screen every time without having to think about it too hard. That's good enough, right? I have this as a window capture, not a display capture, so. Actually, yeah, okay, so for my purposes, it aligns with that icon on my desktop and there. Okay, perfect. So, Quentin Tremblay is the 8.5 President of the United States. You heard that right, 8.5 President. He won the 1837 presidential election in a landslide, by which I mean there was a landslide that killed all the other candidates. So he won by default. He was the silliest president of the United States. He issued the Depancipation Proclamation, in which, you know, he said pants are about restrictions, which goes against America's values of freedom. He appointed a bunch of babies to the Supreme Court, which is something that would later happen in real life. He's quite a guy. And he also, most notably in the show, managed to survive to the modern day by sort of putting himself into what I can really only call cryogenic stasis in a way, by freezing himself, not really freezing himself, encasing himself in peanut brittle, which has incredible sort of preservative properties. 95 plus isn't a baby anymore. I meant mentally, but you get what I'm going for. I don't want to explain the joke. Notable enemies include Wood. That is an actual line from the show. Wood, my age-old enemy. I feel like there's a non-zero chance that there's like a line about him fighting a tiger or something. I feel like that's very possible for Quentin Tremblay. Powers-wise, he's just kind of a funky guy. Can you look at third from the bottom trivia thing? Yes. This one? Tremblay clearly violated the Constitution by appointing Mabel Pines as a congresswoman without her being elected, as stated in Article 1, Section 2 of the actual U.S. Constitution. That is very much what I would expect from the editors of the Gravity Falls Wiki, is to cite the actual U.S. Constitution in the Gravity Falls Wiki. I think that is something Alex Hirsch would appreciate. There is a powers section. Is there? I mean, it's probably just, yeah, powers and abilities, significant resistance to pain and injury and agility. Yes, I mean, he's a Gravity Falls character. I don't think he really has Toon Force. Toon Force isn't a huge thing in Gravity Falls. I think he's just crazy. He is strong enough to rip his pants off in one swift motion, which presumably they are not tearaway pants, so that's definitely something. Size-wise, he is self-described 14 stacking turtles in height and 40 Blevin Tremblay quarts in diameter. Congresswoman Mabel. Yeah, Mabel Pines is technically a congresswoman. Okay, let's see. I was about to say, I was like, he's not in more than one episode, is he? But yeah, mentioned, pictured, no lines. Okay, he matters in one episode. Let me scroll through the trivia here, because there's a good shot that Alex Hirsch said something important. Let's see. I also like how it says Tremblay's appointment of 6 babies to the Supreme Court is theoretically possible, as there are no constitutionally mandated requirements of any sort to be a Supreme Court justice, even legal qualifications, age, or competency. Once again, as demonstrated by the current Supreme Court of the United States. His favorite food is waffles, and his favorite color is triangles. Valid. Let's see. Most of these are just like American government fun facts. I've got to watch Gravity Falls. I'm very surprised that not everybody in my fan base has seen it, because it's very much, if you like my content, you will like Gravity Falls. Like, that's a very sort of one-to-one. Oh, this is what I was thinking of. I was like, I knew there was a thing where he was fighting Eno. He attempts to box a bald eagle. Yes, that was the bit. I knew. I was like, there's a non-zero chance of him fighting a tiger. He doesn't fight a tiger. He does get into a boxing match with an eagle, or tries to, at the very least. Which, noteworthy. Noteworthy. All right. Quentin Tremblay, great fighter here. Now we have to look up Tony the Tiger, notable gamer and Twitch streamer. This is, oh, yep. I'm so glad I looked that up on the other monitor where it didn't immediately come up on the screen, because that showed me inappropriate imagery instantaneously. Kind of knew that was going to happen, but this is what I would like to show you guys, not Tony the Tiger inappropriate imagery. So it actually is relevant to that, though. Tony the Tiger, somewhat notably, recently, that is way too big. They did a promotional like Twitch stream where there was a Tony the Tiger VTuber with a milk-cooled PC, which is cursed. I don't know how successful this was. I heard about it on My Brother and Me, but if I remember correctly, they did have to disable the chat function because of the people that came into the Tony the Tiger VTuber stream and started saying things that, how do I phrase this? That the Kellogg's Corporation probably does not want to officially endorse with their branding. It was a whole thing. Where are his ears? He's wearing headphones. They're under the headphones, I guess. Also, he does have cat ear headphones on top of his headphone or his cat ears, which I'm sure someone thought was cute. Anyway, let's look up his feats of strength, right? I will Google his name again and not click on images. Tony the Tiger has his own website that only works on mobile? The heck? What? What? What a rip. My phone is doing a TikTok live right now. I can't. Okay, well, we can't use the Tony the Tiger. You know what? No, I'm recruiting somebody. Someone. I don't really care who. Someone who's watching this stream on their computer. Someone who's watching a stream on a computer, not their phone. If you're watching this on your computer and not your phone, someone go to TonyTheTiger.com and let me know if there's any relevant information here. Someone see if there's any relevant information for me here. I'm going to continue my search for better info. There's the Frosted Flakes website. Does the Frosted Flakes website have anything helpful? There's a Tony's history page that I'm looking at now, and I'm not even going to bother putting on your screens because it's very bare bones. You can just keep looking at Tony the Tiger's milk computer, which I know what I said. Let's see. For the first time ever, Tony the Tiger is going to Broadway. What? Oh, Tony Awards. Okay, never mind. That one makes sense. All right, Heroes Wiki. Heroes Wiki, not necessarily the most reliable source in the world, but a source that is at least very helpful for our purposes. And then let me see. How did I align this on your screens? Was it like this? Was this how I aligned it? That was how I aligned it. All right. Powers. Superhuman strength, speed, claws, and charisma. Ooh, he's a charisma caster. Explain a character badly. Fischl from Genshin. Do I sure, I'll allow it. Funny enough, Fischl is one of the characters I have not interacted with at all. So I'm just going to say delusional, and I respect her for it. Delusional, good for her. The QR code just sends you to buy Kellogg's cereal. Really? That's lame. If you keep saying milk, I'm going to Google ways to ban you from your own stream. It's normal milk. It's not, don't let the internet corrupt you that much. Okay, we need to focus. Tony, okay, here's the question, right? I know that Tony the Tiger is athletic, right? Like, that's his whole bit. The images that I saw on the internet when I Googled his name definitely seem to emphasize these elements of the character. But is he like, I'm a good human athlete? Or is he like super crazy Toon Force levels of, yeah, I know he's a tiger, but there's also, you know, what is he just, do we assume he is a normal tiger? You know, how like, or like Captain America is like peak human physicality. Is Tony the Tiger peak tiger physicality? Is that what we're dealing with here? I'm gonna say peak tiger physicality. I'm gonna say that's what we're dealing with. Explain a character badly. Grr. If it's not Marvel, you're gonna have to tell me what it is. But I will Google Grr. Did you mean gore? Did you mean gore? I think you meant gore, probably. Also, Impossible Man. It's impossible to explain Impossible Man badly because he can fit any description that you give him, and would for fun. The website has an ad where he plays football really well, and that's about it. Yeah, that's like what I've been kind of, I'm aware of Tony the Tiger. I don't eat Frosted Flakes, but like, I'm aware of the general public consciousness around Anthony the Tiger. And Mr. Anthony Tiger, which is what I'm going to be referring to him as exclusively for the rest of this bit. Mr. Anthony Tiger, I know, is well known for being good at sports. And I think that's about it. Like, he's a tiger who is good at sport. Hobbies are eating Frosted Flakes and playing sports, and his goals are encouraging people to eat Kellogg's and inspiring people to become more physically active. Yes. So the question, so Mr. Anthony, it's Quentin Tremblay versus Mr. Anthony Tiger, right? We don't really need to take any sort of wild stuff into into effect here. Let's see. I mean, I want Quentin Tremblay to win. For several reasons, I want Quentin Tremblay to win. But I do feel like it's a stretch. I do feel like it's a stretch. Excuse me, drink went down the wrong pipe. Unless we assume that Quentin Tremblay's like insane luck is some level of power, I do think that, unfortunately, I know there's point rewards. There's a bunch, but I try to put them in a way that fits narratively. Quentin Tremblay is the president. He has the army. Also, thank you. Very, very loud cars outside. Jesus. Yeah, not really. I would not rely on the government and the army coming to Mr. Tremblay's aid. But yeah, this is a dark day. This is a dark day for us, but I am here in the pursuit of justice, not the answer that most serves the will of the people. Therefore, I do think, unfortunately, we have to rule in favor of Mr. Tony the Tiger. Mr. Anthony Tiger himself has been awarded the victory in this particular court case. It's taking all of my will to not make Fontaine jokes constantly, by the way. I just want everybody to be aware of how responsible I'm being in restraining myself from making Fontaine jokes constantly. Anyway, let me do my point rewards here really quick, and then we will move on to Battle 3. The guy who said... Oh, if you meant Invaders... No, the rules for Explain Badly are only things that I like... that only I cover, or not only I, only universes that I cover, because I don't, it gets very ridiculous if you open it up to everything. It's become confusing in the past. So, okay, let's see. Explain a character badly, Barney Barton. Hawkeye, but worse. Off-brand Hawkeye. That's all I have to say is, Hawkeye's brother who just copies everything. Off-brand Hawkeye. I'm sorry to all the Barney Barton fans out there. I'm sure both of you are very sad that I said that. And then let me do Zaps, which you're just making me pronounce Spanish words. Oh, the Luchador Venom? The Luchador Venom. Is that even a real character? Like, he was just merch, right? Why he got mouths on his knees? That seems like an impractical place to have a mouth. That feels... Those are the most impractical places that you could have mouths. I guess he's doing, like, flying knee strikes. But that is my bit. Impractical place to have mouths. Refund the Gerwin. Yeah, sure. Explain a character badly. Norin Rad. See, I like Silver Surfer too much to do a bad explanation. It's hard. It's weirdly hard to do a bad explanation of Silver Surfer because the concept is so weird. Like, even the origin of Silver Surfer, like, the actual production, like, background origin of Silver Surfer, how he came to be in the comics is so funny and so weird that it's just hard to do. Why is he surfing? Why does he have a surfboard? His name is Rad. Silver Surfer is so hard to explain badly because he's such a good... No, this is it. A very serious, deep, introspective character who is also a surfer named Rad. The dichotomy of Spaceman. Okay, that's not a good one, but it's good enough. Battle 3. We need to do more battles because it's been an hour and we've done 2. Go! Battle 3. First contestant is Wubsy. Yo, this is going to be a good one. Who here even knows what Wow Wow Wubsy is? I remember watching this show a lot. I don't know if my mom is still in the chat. I feel like she will remember Wow Wow Wubsy if she's here. But this is a kid's show. So, gonna have some fun powers there. The rewards queue said there's -1 rewards queued now. Weird. I hate it. Someone says, I hated that show, and then immediately after I grew up on that show. You don't remember that name? I remember. Okay, hold on. Mom, I feel like you'll at least recognize the character. Oh, apparently it has 2 B's, which I didn't know until just now. No, not upload. I just wanted to see the image. I don't need to see, like, the wiki. Do you remember this? This guy? This guy. This little yellow dude? You remember this? I feel like this is memorable. This little yellow man. Anyway, before we get to scaling him. Second battle. Who is this child fighting? Wubsy versus... Feel like that's not the best situation. Now, I do not know who the Street Sharks are. I am aware that they are cartoon characters, and that is basically the end of my knowledge. But, as is tradition, as is protocol, it's not tradition, this is a courtroom. As is protocol, we have to look at the first character first. And that would be the titular Wubsy. Wubsy himself. Slap it right there, close that. There we go. All right. Wubsy's a curious and carefree little guy. It says verbatim, first line of the description, that he's a curious and carefree little guy. We're gonna make him fight some sharks. That's not great. Let's see. I feel like the only ability that we're gonna have here is Toon Force in some case, right? Does Wubsy have any level of tech or abilities or gadgetry on hand? I'm seeing a lot of costumes, but that is most of what I'm seeing here is just some costumes. There is a super version. There's a lot of costumes. A lot of costumes. This whole wiki article just has 12 billion costumes. Let's see. This is not particularly helpful. Usually these wikis fill in more weird stuff. We're gonna have to look at some episodes. We're gonna have to look at some episodes here. Let's look at the pilot. Let's look at the plot of the pilot episode. This is where we start doing some deep diving here. Plot of the pilot episodes. Here. Oh, right. There are gadgets from the other characters. Widget. Widget is the sort of gadgetry supplier in this show. She's the one that makes the inventions and things, but does Wubsy have access to Widget's inventions? That is the question. Does Wubsy have access to Widget's inventions? I think, and this is going to be the judge ruling here, I think that since the Street Sharks are going to be taken as a team, in the spirit of fairness, we give Wubsy access to the inventions that he is given by his companion Widget. I think that's fair. Yes, he does when he needs them. Yeah, all right. Is there a master list of Widget's inventions? Widget's inventions. Perfect. Oh, there's a bunch. Oh, there's a bunch. A whole bunch. I remember some of these from the game, because I played the browser game too. There's vehicles I'm seeing. There's the Dancy Pants 3000. I think these all have 3000 at the end. Is that her version of Innators, I guess? Happy Hopper. That's the frog mech from Runaways. I remember the chicken who was a boss in the browser game. Yes. The Wonder Hat. These don't have links, by the way. These are not linkable images. So we're not going to get any sort of specific info on what these are. We just have to go through this image gallery. I am seeing a lot of vehicles, though. I'm seeing a lot of vehicles. Weren't a lot of these going wrong, the plot of episodes? Is that the case? Is that the case? That might be the case. I don't know. This is why this is a collaborative effort. I feel like that just needs to be noted. Is this an invention? I don't think that's an invention. I think that's a man. Anyway, there's a bunch of these. So versatility. Wubsy is definitively winning here. This is very much a Dr. Doofenshmirtz with a different aesthetic type kind of vibe that I'm getting here. Yeah, she's good aligned doof. Okay, yes, that is, as I just said, that is 100% the vibe that I'm getting here. And some of these are just big robots, right? Even if this is the Gigglebot, it's big. It's a giant metal man. A ton of vehicles. Seeing so many vehicles here. That's pretty good. So, I think Wubsy's powers that we are taking is access to this massive sort of inventory. Massive sort of inventory of things here. But they always broker malfunction. Okay. Let the court record show that this is a Doofenshmirtz type beat. Maybe I'm too amused by my own line in that case, but I think that's funny. Alright, time to look up the Street Sharks. Let's see. Street Sharks. Okay, first off, the first thing that comes up is Street Sharks comeback at Mattel, very possible, and that is from 2 weeks ago. So maybe we're getting a Street Sharks revival? Interesting. Street Sharks Wiki. Now, this does not look like a very good wiki. Let's see. Come on. There's got to be some better info somewhere on the internet. We might have to just use the normal Wikipedia for a bit, and I'll dig deeper if we need to. Okay. Let's see. I was told by chat just a minute ago that this is basically just a TMNT ripoff, which abnormals, if there are any Mabim Bam listeners in the chat. Okay. A university professor named Dr. Robert Bolton and his partner Dr. Luther Paradigm, which is a hell of a name, create a machine known as the Gene Slammer. This is so aggressively late 90s. Which is capable of changing aquatic animals into anthropomorphic hybrids by combining their DNA. In his attempt to prevent Paradigm from using this machine from personal power... Oh, really? The guy named Dr. Luther Paradigm is the bad guy? I never would have guessed. Bolton is transformed into a monstrosity but escapes. Later, Paradigm gives Bolton's 4 sons, John, Bobby, Coop, and Clint, the likeness of 4 different sharks. That's interesting. So they're not sharks who were turned into... Wait, are they humans or are they sharks? Are they sharks with human traits or humans with shark traits? Because this says that it changes aquatic animals into hybrids, but then it also says Paradigm gives Bolton's sons the likeness of sharks. Are they baseline humans or are they baseline sharks? But yeah, they hate pizza. That is kind of funny. They are humans with shark DNAs. DNAs. That's not... DNA is a plural. Whatever. Okay. Rips... So there's what? 4 of them? No, there's ally. Okay. John Bolton. Man, these are such normal names. I mean, I know his name is Ripster, but John Bolton... This is a courtroom. This is a courtroom. We're not going to use their nicknames. We're going to use their legal We're using the Christian names of the Street Sharks in this courtroom. John Bolton is the smartest, the leader, and the oldest of the 4 brothers. So he's the Donnie of the team, except he's also a great white shark. Clint Bolton is the laziest of the Street Sharks, but enjoys boxing and appears to have some talent of mechanics, and he hits people with his head because he's a hammerhead. Robert Bolton Jr. It says Bobby Bolton, but we're using his legal name. Robert Bolton Jr., level-headed, cool, self-proclaimed ladies' man. Okay, he becomes a tiger shark. Big Slamoo. I don't like this show. Coop Bolton is the strongest and youngest of the 4. He's a football player. He becomes a whale shark. So, not an orca. Not an orca. Despite being called Slamoo, he is a whale shark. Anyway, Lane, thank you for the sub, by the way. 18 months, wow. He becomes a whale shark. Dr. Robert Bolton, he is changed into an unseen inhuman creature and is supposedly never seen, which is interesting. Okay. And then there's an ancestor that's unrelated. And then allies, we are going to go with the core team. The core team being, I guess, the Boltons. These, it's going to be so small. These four weirdos. So, can I assume powers-wise, orcas aren't sharks? Oh, I know orcas aren't sharks, but then why did they name him Slamoo? It's not criticizing that he's not a shark, but, like, are we really going to worry too much about the scientific accuracy of street sharks? Yeah, they look horrible. I really do not love these designs. These are the TMNT, but way worse. The hammerhead is actually, by far, I think, the scariest of them. Anyway. Regardless. They can eat metal and swim through the streets like water. Is that a metaphor? Surely that's a metaphor for how good they are at roller skating or something. Not literal. That can't be literal. Is there a power section here? Probably not. It doesn't. Wikipedia doesn't really do that. There is a list here. There's another thing of list of anthropomorphic animal superheroes, which I feel like is something that I could look at later, but no. No, they literally dive into... Okay, it's not a metaphor. It's not a metaphor. They actually dive into and swim in asphalt. I need an image. I understand intuitively, but I do need an image. So I am going to Google street sharks swimming. And I am getting pictures of flooding in Florida with sharks swimming through the actual streets of the real world. Okay, that's not... Street sharks TV swimming. That also wasn't as helpful as I was hoping. Street sharks cartoon swimming. This is a horrible quality image, but I do think it is the best one that I'm gonna find. Oh, nope, here we go. Oh, I found a GIF. Okay, excellent. I found a GIF. Just open image in new tab. Come on, there we go. Perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. I don't know enough court terms to do this, but this is the piece of evidence presented to the court. I have this gavel now, and I'm going to use so much more court imagery. Anyway, this is what they do. This is what they do. Which is... It's... something. I'm a TikTok follower. I decided to check out stream. Thank you. TikTok is fun, but Twitch helps me out a lot more, so I appreciate people coming over. I hope you enjoy. They're pulling the Secco move. They are. So now we need to determine. I think to determine this, we need to go through and look at some of Wubsy's gadgets again, right? We need to determine what, if any, of these could handle the street sharks. I am seeing a flying vehicle immediately. Flying vehicle seems like it is good. You know, you want to stay off the streets if you're dealing with street sharks. There's another one. The question here is can Wubsy, with these various gadgets, avoid the street sharks long enough to win? Because I feel like if the street sharks get in one hit, it's over, right? Yeah, as KR says, they'll eat those gadgets for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack. If they get in one hit, it is over. So does Wubsy have the air capabilities to take them out from the sky before getting into... Okay, Vic says the street sharks have in the show dodged lasers. Is this show good, guys? Is this show good? It doesn't seem good. It doesn't seem good. There's a shrink ray, but I feel like that's going to be tough. The hover over 3000 seems like the exact sort of thing we need. It's just not very weaponized. The Love Buster 3000. What the heck? I wish these had descriptions, because what do these do? The Egg Spinner 3000. I'm not seeing anything that I think could be super effective against the Didgeridoo. If this had aerial abilities, it would be good. It's funny, but not intentional. Okay, that is important. Is it funny? Yes, but not intentionally. Okay, no. The Wubjet. Someone said look at the bottom. There's the multi-jet. What is the multi-jet? I'm not seeing. Although towards that's comments. There's the Wubjet. Where's multi-jet? The sharks have a jetpack. Okay. Oh, of course. How silly of me. How silly of me to not consider the possibility in this courtroom that the sharks might have a jetpack. Wubmobile with bungee cable? That's actually pretty good. I think the sharks having jetpacks has sealed this, but the fact that the jet does have the capability to lower people down is helpful. So I do think, the street sharks win. They seem ridiculous, but I will say, let the record show that Wubsy with gadgetry puts up more of a fight than I was expecting. Let the record also show that Wubsy without gadgetry gets bitten in half 3 seconds into the battle. I will, before making my ruling, go ahead and correct that spelling. And then, officially, rule in favor of the street sharks. I think what I'm going to do, just for planning purposes, since we're about an hour and a half in, we were going to do so much fewer today, but it was because we had to pick the wheel color. I think I'm going to roll for the fourth fight. Then I'm going to take my bathroom break really quick, which will just be like 2 minutes. And then I will, we'll do the fourth fight. That way people will be intrigued and, oh wait, I got to mark it down. Okay, hold on. Street Sharks win. Let's roll for that fourth one. And then I will take my quick break. And we will get a brief recess in the court. But first off, let's find out who our next two... what's the word? There's got to be a word for just, like, people in a courtroom, right? Because we can't go with defendants and prosecutors. Because it's just a fight. What are if we're doing a courtroom style, what do we call our not the jury. The jury aren't the people on trial. I suggested Chapulin and that was great. That was much better than I was thinking. I did not know who that was. I thought it was just going to be a quick parody. Is gallery? I feel like gallery is just the audience. I'm not talking about the audience. I'm talking about defendants and accused, but like is there an overarching term? Because there's not a prosecutor and a defendant here. It's just fighting. Everyone's no, not like whatever. I'll Google it. Anyway, our first, we'll figure out what the technical legal term is here. Our first person on trial, like people on whatever, is another lab rat. Another lab rat. We have done several of them so far, and this time we are doing the super speed one. Bree from Lab Rats. Pretty high power. Pretty high power here. So let's see who she's fighting. I would say actually kind of like middle of the road on power for what we've got here, because there's a lot of Toon Force, but pretty good. Barristers is not the American version. Versus... Oh, okay. I forgot to take him off the list, so we're going to get rid of him now. And then I will roll again. Wild that we got him again so early out of 100. But anyway, we'll roll again. Bree versus... Oh no! Do we just kind of rule this one? I think they can... Let me phrase it this way. I think they can settle out of court. I think they can settle out of court. Do we just make the ruling and then roll for 5? And then we'll roll for 5 now and then take the break? I think Nancy Drew does just die because Bree has super speed. Yeah. The court never gets this one. The court does not hear this case. They settle out of court. they settle out of court, and we are going to just go ahead and roll for a 5th battle, and then we will take the break after these fighters are determined. Court does not hear. Yeah, settled in the streets. Okay. Let's see. Our new one is... Now we're talking. Bling Bling Boy. Lots of gadgetry available there. I'll write that one down. From Johnny Test. Whip crack sound effects galore. Bling Bling Boy. Versus... I shouldn't have said versus before clicking because the wheel takes so long to spin. I should have said it first. You get what I mean. Now that's maybe as close to a mirror match as we can get in this series. That's a great one. That's a great one. Oh, well, hey, an ad break just started. Okay, that's actually perfect. Robbie Rotten. An ad break just started, which is perfect timing, so I'm going to type in chat for the people who are in the ads. Hold on. We're going to break now anyway, so don't worry about the ad. Bam! Okay, so that's a perfect time. We got an ad break going. If you're not on ads, I am going to run to the bathroom, fill up my water bottle, etc., etc. So don't go anywhere. We will do this actually very interesting fight in just a couple minutes when I return. Welcome everybody. Court is now back in session. I hope everybody enjoyed their short recess. We will now return to the case of, I'm actually now realizing I don't remember what Bling Bling Boy's actual name is, and I, in hindsight, should have Googled it first if I was planning on doing this bit. Bling Bling Boy, Johnny Test Wiki, Eugene Hamilton. In the case of Hamilton v. Rotten, well, not in the case. I really screwed this bit up by not Googling that first. We'll now begin the case of Hamilton v. Rotten, one of the more interesting and closer fights on this court record so far. This is going to be a test of gadgetry, a test of intelligence, neither of which have much, but it will be an interesting one regardless. So, let's begin the case of Hamilton v. Rotten. I do now have Mr. Hamilton's stats up on my page here. You can enjoy that Street Sharks gift for a second. Well, there we go. Okay. Eugene Bling Bling Boy Hamilton, as a character, does not really have much abilities in and of himself, but he is also just super rich and has stuff because of that. Right? That's basically what we're working with. Now, I was hoping that we would find a list of gadgetry on this wiki, and I'm not seeing it immediately. But surely it exists somewhere. Surely there is a database of Bling Bling Boy's gadgetry somewhere on the internet. So I'm gonna have to look here. Let's see. Maybe like Versus Wiki or Heroes Wiki or something. Incredible Characters Wiki? What? What is Incredible Characters Wiki? The Incredible Characters Wiki, formerly known as Great Characters Wiki, is a wiki dedicated to characters that are well received and well written. Okay. It seems arbitrary to the highest degree. These characters frequently entertain... What? I'm gonna read you the... Okay, actually, no, I'm not. I do not care enough. Okay, actually, we're in the weeds again. we were doing pretty good at staying on topic for a couple fights there, and we are in the weeds again. I have found on Incredible Characters Wiki the page for Bling Bling Boy, which, funny enough, does very much read like a sort of weird, like, self-written court defense. As seen in the first category, why he will win Susan's heart. So this is in our little fiction here. This is, I think, the information given by Bling Bling's lawyer. He's a very entertaining villain. He can be pretty relatable. He can sometimes be pretty relatable as well, for example. I love this show. I love the bullshit that we come across on this show. He can sometimes be pretty relatable as well, for example. That's so good. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not a period. That's a comma. Even though the next word is capitalized. Okay, hold on. Let me read. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Forgive me, courtroom jury, for not reading the argument in full. He can sometimes be pretty relatable as well, for example, him trying to win Susan's heart but always fails due to her having a crush on Gil Nexter. Hey, we've all been there, right? Ah! Oh my god. His antics on how he will take over the world and win Susan's heart are always amusing and hilarious to see. This has to be satire. This website has to be satire. Thank you to the guy who just followed. I'm going to choose to believe that my excellent delivery of these arguments is like a direct one-to-one relation for that. His battles with Johnny and Johnny versus Bling Bling Boy episodes are very entertaining and cool to watch. I've taken on like a Griffin McElroy cadence for this bit, and I think it is very appropriate. He got some decent character development, such as his abusive mother. Oh, Christ. He got some decent character development, such as his abusive mother, and the fact that he eventually stopped insisting to be called by his self-given supervillain name. He also went from a constant annoyance to Johnny's other best friend, and not very villainous either. His design is really great, and even better in the 2021 reboot. Bad qualities. He became wait, okay. Bad qualities. That's... Ignore that one, that was boring. But bad qualities number 2. His obsession with Susan can be quite creepy at times. Who wrote that? What is this wiki? What is this? This has to be satire. What is Incredible Characters Wiki? This has to be a joke. This whole wiki has to be a joke. What if I just click on random... Also, what is this 2021 design? Okay, it's just the same, but with a slight art style change. What if I go to just a random page? This is... The court is going to take a brief, unrelated tangent. Random page. Henry Gobbleblobber. Okay, it is written in the exact same cadence as that last one. 100% written by the exact same cadence. I can view the source. There's 1,000 articles on here. View history. By Crazy Spruiker. We're going to do some investigative journalism here really quick. A brief recess for some investigative journalism. Crazy Spruiker 2001. I have a theory. And I really don't like this theory, but I would like to... Oh no, it is a different person. Okay. I was wondering if these were all going to be written by the same guy, but Batboy234. Whoops. Okay. Random page. And now we are in Danger Grandpa. Which again, what is the same cadence? This is so odd. This is okay. No, I don't want to view the source. I clicked the wrong thing. I want to look at the view history. I don't know if I love or hate this series. I hate it. Crazy... Okay, this is the same guy. This is this Crazy Spruiker 2001 guy. Random page. Oh, Glitch Text is a good show. I actually have seen this show. View history. If it's the same guy... It's the same guy. Drex Stinklebomb from Henry Danger. Crazy. There's Crazy Spruiker again. Okay, you know what? I don't want to go down this rabbit hole anymore. I'm done with this. I'm done with this rabbit hole. I'm done with this rabbit hole. I think it's I was pronouncing his name wrong. It's Spooky or I don't care. My goal in this investigative research was to find some sort of list or database of Bling Bling Boy's gadgets. I also want to point out, guys, I was not digging deep to find that, like, Incredible Characters wiki. If you Google Bling Bling Boy, that is the second result. It is this page and then Incredible Characters wiki. Is this another reject the rabbit hole and blacklist the character level of weeds? No, it's close, but it's not there. Villains Wiki. Why is this before Villains Wiki? Villains Wiki is at least a little bit better. Come on. There's got to be some sort of list. Oh, okay. Wait. Idea. Is there an episodes list? Is there a list of episodes that this character is in that we can skim? No. Cool. There's a Versus wiki with him? Alright. We might have to go to the Versus wiki. I don't like using Versus wiki for this because I feel like it kind of defeats the purpose of doing our own research. But in this case, I think I will allow it. I think it will be considered admissible evidence. Eugene Bling Bling Boy Hamilton, and I also don't know what the tiering system is for. Whoops, I don't know what the tiering system is for power scaling, and I don't care. This is not serious. Also, this is definitely a weird little. All right. What is Broadway Force? God, I hate power scaling. I hate power scaling people. Okay. This is what we're going to have to use, though, unfortunately. Yeah, this is not a super accurate page, but this is enough for now. This is what we need. We need to move on to the other. I didn't actually Google the court term that I wanted. Robbie Rotten, and then we'll do a sort of comparison, unless there's some immediate evidence that will show off something a little bit better. Robbie Rotten, Lazy Town wiki. Which is seems, I'm not gonna say necessarily better. I'm not gonna say necessarily better than the other one, but it is well formatted. I rule this well formatted, at least for now. Okay. Every hero needs a good villain, and Sporticus has a doozy in Robbie Rotten. Robbie, or Mr. Rotten to you. Sorry. Can't believe that Sporticus is considered cool by the Lazy Town kids. I'm not going to say I disagree. Sorry, Sporticus. His most passionate desire is to burst Sporticus's balloon, both figuratively and literally. He lures people into traps, but his brilliant plans... Okay, now this is interesting. It does say Robbie's brilliant plans always fail thanks to Sporticus's amazing athletic abilities and quick mind. Like, I feel like that is a very quick bonus to Robbie Rotten. That is a good point. Like, Robbie loses to his nemesis because his nemesis' whole thing is like peak athleticism, which Bling Bling Boy kind of notably does not have. That is an important aspect of the character. Let's see. Let's start looking at some abilities here. He's malevolent. He's very intelligent. He can create complex inventions, ingenious plans. Let's see. What? Oh, now this is interesting. In trivia, it says, Robbie is shown to have magical abilities on multiple occasions. This is never explained. We're going to have to do some research on that one. This is what I'm going to dig into more, because I think this one's funny. Here's a bunch of images of Robbie Rotten. A whole bunch. Here's what he looked like in 1999, apparently, which is, he looks like a pimp. And then, yeah, these are just the Robbie Rotten that we are all aware of. Some production images, characters. All right. Let's see. Litigators. Is that might work. Okay. Songs, episodes, affiliates. Where would be our most likely option to find some of his gadgetry or magic? All right. Robbie Rotten. I'm just going to Google Robbie Rotten magic and we're going to see what comes up. Okay, well, that is actually pretty helpful. Is this No, we're not going to use that as a source. All right, what I did find is maybe the most helpful source I can possibly find, right? Because I think magic is going to be a big factor in this trial. Because what I said originally before the bathroom break, I was like, well, this is going to be something of a mirror match, right? Because they are both decently technologically capable characters whose powers come from gadgetry. Did you find the same website I did? Probably. Zapdos. Probably. But what I did find when I was Googling things that was actually helpful is I did find a database? Just a video. A video compilation of, quote, every time Robbie Rotten uses magic in the show. That's perfect. That's exactly what I needed. So, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pause the music. And we're going to skim through this. It's 13 minutes long, so we are not going to watch the whole thing. But we are going to kind of quickly skim it here. Oh, wow, this is excellent. Basil Storm, only 36 subscribers. You deserve some love here for this super nicely itemized list. Look at this. It's really small to see on your screens here, and I'm not going to full screen it because of the way my monitor is set up. It's not going to work very well. But this is nicely categorized into all the different abilities that he uses. Look at the first comment on that video. Timestamps. Yeah, these are shown on the screen. That's what I was talking about. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Okay, so now I have these here. So that's awesome. So I can click through them. Audio is what we need to determine now. Hold on. I do want you guys to be able to hear this. Let me turn that up. We'll do a quick audio test here. How's that volume-wise? I want to be louder than it so that I can talk over, but I want that to be audible for you guys. Notably, I can't hear it. I can't hear it. Let me see if I can do something about that. With the way my audio is set up, it's bad. But let me use my bad gaming headset. Someone said, "Oh no." Is that to the fact that I can't hear it? No, that's fixable. I'll just use my horrible gaming headset that's broken. Oh, perfect. Okay. All right. We're going to skim through this. We're going to do some research. Teleportation is the first one. Now, okay, now notably, we're going to be pedantic on this one. Oh, now we can't hear it? Oh, that's frustrating. Hold on, I might be able to fix that. Wait, really? Why would there not be any sound? What? Black hole? Oh, how about this? No, that did block it. What the hell? Do I need to have this like reprioritized? Like if I click that. If I can't, I'm not going to spend too much time on like tech stuff, but I'll try one more thing. Okay, fine. I'm going to do this the lazy way. Screw it. Lazy way. It's Lazy Town, right? This is Lazy Town. We're going to do this the lazy way. Hold on one second. I am just going to play it through my own speakers. Can hear it now. Yeah, I'm just that's because I'm just playing it through my external speakers, and we're just going to work with that. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, so that's going to be good enough. All right. So, notable power thing here that I was talking about when the audio wasn't working. Also, there might be a slight syncing issue with the audio in the video because of the way I'm doing this. I don't care. I can vanish from your eyes. So this is interesting. He can teleport, but it is notably, it's when he says, "I'm the master of disguise." Is this a Mysterio type situation? He's not saying I can teleport. He's saying I'm a master of disguise. I can vanish. Is this an illusion type thing? Noted. All right. Costume quick change is the next one that needs to be noted here. Okay, I think that's just some Toon Force. I don't think that is much. Disguise machine is not worth it. This one is described as object manipulation in layer. Okay, so he'd somehow turn those costumes into monsters? Is that what I'm looking at there? Is that what I'm looking at? I'm not sure how he did that, but there was definitely something there. Here's another one that's just, it's called object manipulation.
Why? Candy Maker 3000. Perfect.
I feel like calling some of these magic is a stretch. I feel like these are just like some gadgets that he has. Like these look very mechanical. Yeah, Zapdos. I feel like this is more like knowing him knowing how his tech works and timing it. Yeah, I feel like magic is a stretch for this.
I don't need to go to school. You're gonna need a sugar apple.
Yeah, he just got, this is a machine. This is a machine that he's using. This last part is called questionable clips, which in any other circumstance I would be very scared to show on the internet, but I trust Lazy Town. Bonus, these are moments that could be interpreted as magic use, but are not explicitly so. This is so nicely itemized.
Sky's time. Sky's time. Whoa, that was fast.
Okay.
It's the sky's time.
Okay, noted.
Comes Robbie. This must be it.
So it seems to me, and I'm gonna talk over me fixing the audio. So give this a second. It seems to me that Robbie's primary sort of ability set here. Whoops! If I 100% broke my audio. Hold on. Let me put that there. Okay, there we go. Now my audio's back. All right. It seems to me, as judge, jury, and executioner, that one of Robbie's primary things here is some level of disguise capability, right? He's got very good disguises, but he can also clone himself. Like that seems to be his main sort of shtick here. Toon Force plus super theatric tech guy. Yes, Night Lumi. I feel like that is an accurate enough descriptor of what we're dealing with here. So I think what we're going for here is Bling Bling, definitely from the images that I'm looking at here. I do not have an accurate sort of itemized list of his gadgets. Bling Bling Boy is winning on the versatility front, right? But Bling Bling Boy is also notably dumb, right? Bling Bling Boy is also notably dumb, while Robbie Rotten is also notably smart. That's not a good start for Bling Bling Boy. It is also worth noting, as I said earlier, Robbie Rotten is often defeated by Sporticus and his notable athleticism, which is not something that Bling Bling Boy has. Now, we don't know necessarily if Robbie Rotten is like, his weakness is that kind of stuff, but it is evidence. It is evidence. Zapdos, yes, you've gotten to my final point here, which is I don't think Bling Bling Boy is observant enough to notice a disguise and he gets sneak attacked. Alternatively, if Robbie Rotten, who seems incredibly capable of various disguises, disguises himself as Susan Test, I think he does just win. And yes, Ebony, doesn't Bling Bling pay someone to make his stuff while Robbie does his own tech? Yeah, Bling Bling has the versatility. And the versatility is very... I think he wins on versatility and offensive power, right? But I do think that Robbie's going to win this. I think that Robbie... I think with Robbie's intelligence, the intelligence versus very low intelligence, that's just such a nice little counterpoint. That wins. Robbie's a rogue. Yeah, Robbie is a rogue with some magical abilities. Not an arcane trickster rogue, I guess, but some level of magic. But does Robbie get a gun? Does Robbie have a gun? Does he need a gun? I think by nature of his sort of tactical mindset, I don't think he's going to need one. I think, and because I'm the judge, my thought is rule. I'm ruling. Final ruling on Battle 5 episode 3 Battle 5, that's how it should be formatted, is ruled in favor of Robbie Rotten. The intelligence wins the war. Intelligence wins the war. Bling Bling has access to more stuff. I do not think that he has the intelligence to effectively use it. Robbie Rotten is going to win. Not as complicated of a fight as I thought it was going to be, in all honesty. A good one, but not as complicated as I expected. Battle 6. We are at 2 hours in. Let's try to get a few more. He is number 1. He is indeed number 1. Let the court rule that he is number 1. Battle 6 is going to start with a good one. All right. Supernatural powers are low, but physical powers and tenacity are very high. Now, before we go ahead and get into any other things here, I am going to go ahead and make an executive decision in that Grunkle Stan cannot use the gadgetry allowed to him by Ford. That would change the game so much. Also, I even think if he was given the opportunity to use gadgetry, I don't think he would take it unless it was just a gun. So, this is good, yes. Now, it does heavily depend on the opponent, right? Does heavily depend on the opponent. Pre or post memory stuff. I think end of show Grunkle Stan. He'd probably have yeah, he can have his own weapons. He can have his own weapons for sure, but I'm saying, Ford cannot make him a super gun or something like that. Anyway, let's see who he's fighting. This is going to be an interesting one regardless, I think. He might get his ass kicked, but this is going to be interesting. Tom, from Tom and Jerry specifically. Now, this is an interesting one. If it was Jerry from Tom and Jerry, this would not be much of a fight. But Tom, I feel like that one's a little bit more interesting, right? This is gonna be good. Okay. Are we including Amphibia Stan, or is that a different character? Is Stan Pines in Amphibia? I did not know that. Is Stan Pines in Amphibia? Hold on. Is Stan in Amphibia? I did not know that was a thing. Hold on. Oh, the parody one. No, that's a bit. That was a bit. That's a different character. Yeah, not the bit. That's different. Okay, yeah. Frog, yeah. If I knew about the frog reference. Yeah. Okay, so, I don't really even need to bring up research for either of these. Like, I know both of these pretty well, but for the sake of having visual aids on screen to make this stream more visually interesting, we are going to regardless, right? Close these out, bring this onto the correct framing, then close that out. There we go. Okay. Stan Pines, old man. However, an old man who is still quite capable in a fight. Stan Pines does not have heavy experience with the supernatural. I think he is tenacious enough to know how to deal with things that come his way, be they supernatural or not, but he is a notably good fighter. It should be noted, of course, that Stan Pines is a notably good fighter in... I'm trying to find a visual aid that would sort of indicate this well. Yeah, that's about what I was looking for. He is not a trained fighter. He is very much a learned to fight in the streets type guy, but he learned pretty well. Now, it should be noted, because I feel like someone's going to bring this up, this particular image of Grunkle Stan punching a pterodactyl was from a not a dream sequence. He was like he was lying. He was lying and it cut to like a sequence illustrating his lies. However, later in the same episode, he does actually do this. So, this does happen. This is not the image of it when it happens, but it basically looks the same, right? It basically looks the same. Tom has Toon Force. Yes, I don't need to bring up visuals for Tom. Everyone knows who Tom and Jerry is. Tom has Toon Force and thus has reliability. But he is also a punching bag. And I think that Grunkle Stan... Well, okay, let me do a wider sort of analysis of this. What is Tom's weak point, right? Why does Tom always lose? Tom does not lose to Jerry because Jerry is stronger than Tom. I'm not even going to say Tom loses to Jerry because Jerry is smarter than Tom. Not that. I would specifically say that Tom loses to Jerry because Jerry is fundamentally craftier than Tom. And Stan Pines is crafty. Stan Pines is a good scam artist. He is a criminal. He knows how to operate in the streets. When Tom tries to stick a lit piece of dynamite in Grunkle Stan's pocket, Stan is going to notice and he's going to do the Jerry thing and give it right back. Right? Yes, Tom always loses, but he loses in such a way that I think Grunkle Stan could handle, right? Tom does not lose on strength. He loses because he gets outwitted constantly. And Grunkle Stan is a professional con artist who also has the level of brawn, right? This is one of the very few cases in which a Toon Force character is going to straight up lose. And yes, it is Tom, who is usually the loser, but like, not just like, it makes sense. I like this one because it makes sense. It makes so much sense. Tom also loses to a human with a broom. Stan has a bat. Yeah, I mean, he's going to just kill this cat. I don't know if Amy's here, but Amy's not going to like that. But yeah, like, this is actually a really good pairing because Grunkle Stan is crafty enough to, I would say, match Jerry's level of wit in this type of battle. He is a capable enough fighter to hold his own, not even hold his own, to win if it comes to that. He also does have the benefit of dealing with weird stuff, right? Like, I don't know if there is a great... What would be the closest thing to a Toon Force analog in Gravity Falls, right? Is it just Bill? I guess it is kind of just Bill, who Grunkle Stan did not beat in a fight, but, like, he is used to weird stuff. He wins. He wins very definitively. You're murdering cats. Grunkle Stan is beating Tom from Tom and Jerry very easily. Very easily. This is an interesting one. And I'm so glad because this is one of those few where it's like just such a nice definitive win, but an interesting definitive win. Like Brie versus Nancy Drew, that was boring. There was a definitive win, but it was also very boring. Whereas this one is good. This is a definitive win that is also interesting, and I love that for him. Not one that even needs a lot of debate. Like, Stan Pines wins. Stan Pines wins. It makes sense. It's logical. I like it. I'm very happy. Tom gets one-shotted by a mouse constantly. Well, yeah, I'll restate it again, literally just for Amy. The other thing that we were going for, I don't think you've seen Gravity Falls, have you, Amy? Actually, you need to watch it. It's very good. You would like it. But, Grunkle Stan is a professional con artist. He has the level of craftiness that I think is comparable to Jerry. Because that is the other thing. Like, the kids keep trying to make me watch it. I also will do that. I've seen that show 6 times. It's so good. But, like, the thing about Tom, right? Even though Tom is perpetually the loser, Tom still does have, like Toon Force access to, like, huge, not even just Toon Force, huge hammer space powers. Tom's hammer space access is insane, right? So even though he's constantly a loser, if it is a character who is vulnerable to getting blown up with dynamite, Tom will still win. There is a good chance in a lot of these situations that Tom does win. Not against Stan, though. Stan's too quick for that. Too quick, too crafty. Stan wins, and I'm happy about it. Battle 7. Easy. Easy, definitive, but well-researched just the same. Battle 7, let's roll. In the case of Cat v. Pines, the court rules in favor of Stanley Pines. Yes. And bonus points for saying Stanley Pines, too. The Jolly Green Giant. Now, this is an interesting one because I believe that the plant control abilities of the Jolly Green Giant are somewhat debated. So, whoops, didn't mean to... What did I even bring up? Interesting, all right. I know we're in an ad break now, so I'll take the time to type it. Jolly Green Giant. Versus... I lost my cursor. There it is. Versus. How would Stan kill him when he has Toon Force and stuff just doesn't kill? That's a good question. I will address that really quick before we move on. I think, and the court also rules, therefore, in cases of Toon Force, technically Toon Force characters are just straight up immortal, but that's also not fun. And this is not that serious. This is, this is called very serious battles, by which I mean it's not that at all. And so we are going to assume that Toon Force does not level, defeat counts over death in cases of Toon Force. This is not necessarily a to the death battle, because if we did take that, it makes a lot of the fights very boring. Anyway, Jolly Green Giant versus... This wheel takes so long to spin. Can I lower the time this wheel takes to spin in my settings? I don't know. Okay. Interesting. I feel like this... Interesting. This is definitely... Okay, well, we're doing Jolly Green Giant research first. Jolly Green Giant has definitively at least one power, right? Definitively at least one power, that being... big. That being big. The question that we need to determine, and I genuinely do not know the answer to this, is... Does the Jolly Green Giant have plant control powers? Does the Jolly Green Giant have plant control powers? That is what we need to determine. And I feel like the answer is probably yes, but also I don't know, and because this is the researching show, we're going to try to find out. Broza Megazord, yeah, he's a big guy. This is the statue. I don't care about the lore of the statue. I don't care about the history, and that is all that this article is, actually. Okay. I need info about the character, not the statue. Which I'm not seeing. We might have to look for some commercials. This might be one where we have to go to the commercials. Explain a character badly. Mystic Force. The entirety of Mystic Force? Go Potter Rangers. Do. Okay. Jolly Green Giant commercial. We're going to need to look at some commercials in which this character is relevant here. Jolly Green Giant TV commercials 1960 to 2020. All right. Now, this is a 22-minute video. So in the interest of trying to not get copyright struck, because I don't know how copyright law works. I'm not that kind of lawyer or judge or whatever. I guess I'm the lawyer and the judge. I'm gonna skim through these on my screen, and unfortunately you guys are not gonna get to watch, but I'll be quick. Though you might, I'll mute it so we don't have any weird audio overlap. Can I full screen this? I can. Valley of the Jolly Green Giant. All right, he's putting some peas in a. I don't care. I'm not gonna get copyright struck for showing. I'm not gonna get copyright struck for showing like a few clips of commercials. If I do, well, shit. All right. I know it is muted. I'm not going to worry about audio. I feel like that might be where copyright would be more of an issue. Also, if you're wondering why this looks horrible quality, that's just what this is. That's just what this looks like. Have we figured out what the chat is yet? I mean, yeah, the chat is spectators, jury, whatever you want to call yourselves. I'm judge, jury, and executioner, but the gallery. I was wondering what the names of the contestants were. The fighters. Contestants is wrong. Fighters is also wrong. That was my question, not the audience. Anyway, we're going to start clicking through this. Oh, dear Lord. That is horrifying looking. That is awful. Ugh. That is uncanny valley. Oh my God. He can... Okay, now that's notable. He just summoned those. Okay, that is a notable power right there. He just summoned cans the size of his head. And his head is like a building. Notable. Okay, summoning giant metal cans, presumably full of stuff. Noteworthy. Noteworthy power. All right. I hate this. I'm in a worse mood now, but hey, this show is all about going into the weeds, and we've been in the weeds for the last 2 hours and 17 minutes. Someone's giant-ass cans. Yeah, seriously. Stop. I don't care about the Green Giant's niblets. I don't care. I want to... Is this like a plush toy? Okay. Oh, there's a tiny one. There's a baby one. A baby Green Giant. Okay. I don't know how we're going to react to this. Oh, there we go. This is him again. Oh, Sprout. Is that the baby one's name? I see why they switched to this little baby guy, because the big one is horrifying in the old commercials. Okay, so most of these seem to focus on the baby guy, with the big guy just like kind of ominously standing in the background. Like he's just sort of there. Yeah, most of these, they seem to have abandoned the concept of the big one really quickly. Oh. Here we go. This one had the big guy. Or at least I thought he did. Oh, he just stands there menacingly. Like that's his only thing, is he just stands there menacingly. Oh, what's this? Okay. No, he just opened the curtain. For being the mascot of this, he really does not seem to be very involved in the branding. He just is there. That's just Hulk. He just looks like Hulk there. He's got some corn in his hand. He just does look like Hulk, but with leaves. Those farmers can definitely see up his unitard. Well, you could have chosen to not type that in my chat, and I rather wish you did. Zapdos is held in contempt of court. That's something I can do. That was really funny timing. It felt like I triggered that beep by hitting my desk. Okay. This is not giving me any of the answers. What is up with... What is up with their mouths? Those mouths look motion tracked. Ugh. Okay, so the Jolly Green Giant really does just stand... Okay, now hold... Okay, I said I wasn't going to bother with audio. I do think we need it to figure out what that weird vegetable planet was. Hold on. I need to figure out what that weird vegetable planet was. I feel like that was important. Is he an alien? Is he an alien canonically? All right, we're going to do the lazy thing and just play the audio through my own speakers again.
happy holiday and a healthy new year.
Green giant.
Okay.
On a planet far away, there's a valley of giants.
And me, I'm a giant in training. Stick with me and I'll show you all the tricks about eating right and getting tight. Get your parents' permission to visit mightygiants.com.
Well, okay. I'll text my mom. There's no way this website's still active. I think we need to understand that I think before I do this, we do need to prepare ourselves for the fact that this website probably not still active. But I am going to find out right now. mightygiants.com. Oh, it just redirects. No, it just redirects to greengiant.com. I got excited for a second, but no, it's just a redirect now. Darn. Still active. Wait, where did you find it, Archie? Did you find what the actual... I assumed that was like a thing. Were you able to find a version of it that's not just a redirect? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna fix my audio. Nah, just the redirect. Yeah, darn. Okay. This is gonna take longer. This is definitely one of those rabbit holes that I think is worth pursuing. Oh, sorry. Hold on. The music. I broke the music again. No, there we go. It was just loud for a second. Okay. This is one of those rabbit holes that we do need to take a moment to explore. Because that very, very, very rapid lore shift. This is actually this is something that I think is notable for the court. We're gonna set a precedent here, right? We're gonna set a precedent for these court cases, and we are going to use what I'm just gonna go ahead and call the most recent lore for the character is what we go off of. That is now a precedent that has been established by the case of Giant v. Pinkie Pie. Giant v. Pie. In the case of Giant v. Pie, this has established some very important precedent. You could use the Wayback Machine. Yes, I do think it is worth taking a bit of a journey here. I do think it is worth trying to take a bit of a journey here to see if I can find mightygiants.com. Oh, okay, we do have a big spike. We do have a big spike in mightygiants.com in about 2008, which sounds right. Which sounds correct. Oh, that's wanting me to use Flash Player. Oh, that's maybe a barrier. Okay. Flash Player is going to be a barrier here. I'm not going to go to the trouble of getting some sort of Flash emulator for this. That's beyond the scope of this court. Okay, so the redirect, that's interesting. Notably, the redirect happened at some point before 2012, because the 2012 one 2012 already takes me to the redirect. So this website did not last long. Let me see if by any chance I can find one that doesn't require Flash Player, but I would not get your hopes up. Yeah, get her upgrade Flash Player. All right. Let's see. I got one more hope here. My one more hope here is I'm wondering if I can maybe find someone who did some level of YouTube recap of this, right? If someone did any sort of YouTube thing. Well, I found the link. The commercial. It's apparently, this is a little bit interesting. According to this, it was a Nickelodeon PSA campaign, which does make sense. Mighty Giants website. That's not how you... Okay, that takes me to They Might Be Giants. What if I search Mighty Giants website vegetable? Found a video of the website. Archie, my man, how'd you find that so fast? All right, this is exactly what we needed. Archie is like the court's official, like, detective. Archie's the guy that bursts into the courtroom halfway through the case with new evidence. Again, I'm having to restrain myself from making Fontaine references. All right, to the audio driver. That's turned up. I forgot to turn off my music before doing... Okay. All right. Let's see here. Man, I look at all these YouTube videos that we look at on this channel on my, like, official YouTube account. Fun fact. And I never use this for personal use. This is my official YouTube account, my personal YouTube account are not the same. And man, my recommended videos on my official account are going to be so stupid. I would watch it on mute. Music isn't something important. Well, is there dialogue here? Is there dialogue in it? It looked like there might be dialogue, but I'll play it and we'll see, right? That sounds like it's going to be very loud. All right. Oh, this is music that was edited over it in post. Okay, well, that's fine. In that case, I'm going to fix my audio now. Hold on. That fixed the music. Yeah, okay, we're going to put the music back. How often is new evidence admissible in court? Shouldn't you have all your ducks in a row before you take them to court? Yeah, the whole bursting into the courtroom with new evidence thing isn't actually allowed in courtrooms. And also, the way that evidence is collected in court in the U.S. legal system is kind of stupid, so I don't care. This is my courtroom. I do what I want. Anyway, we don't need the music for this. The music is not important, but we do have about 52 seconds of more lore on the Jelly Green Giant. So we have these kids in a spaceship crashing down on Giant's Land where you can scroll to the vegetable buildings. This giant is offering... Okay, this is so fast. This big blue lady is offering me 3/4 of a cup of Swiss cheese. Which... Why do I do this? Why do I make internet content? Anyway, okay, so this blue lady's offering me cheese. I have to do the Giant's Challenge, which is just kind of a trivia question. I have 90 minutes. 90 minutes for what? Okay, that was very vague. This yellow giant challenges me to do 15 push-ups, which I will not do. This pink giant with... Okay, he wants me to do... This orange one wants me to do exercise. That's noted, I guess. Notably noted. And then when we do the Giants Challenge, you fill the tank in 11 minutes. And you have to beat the time. Okay. That was not as helpful or interesting as I thought it was going to be, unfortunately. So... the funny thing about this is what I was ultimately hoping to discover in this investigative process, in this little deposition, right? To continue using court terms incorrectly, was whether the Jolly Green Giant had plant control powers. That's what I was hoping. Right? Also, for someone yelling at me because I call the more purpley one pink, my colors on my screen are a little bit different than you see because I'm using a TV monitor. So if I'll go ahead and establish that court precedent now. If I call a color something that you guys think is different, I am seeing it slightly differently. So we're both right. Anyway, on to what I was saying. So, in my goal in this was to find whether the Jolly Green Giant had some level of plant controlling abilities. And I see no evidence of this. I really see no evidence of this. We have established, somehow, for some fucking reason, that the Jolly Green Giant is, I guess, an alien. I don't know if that has been continued in the mythos, but also the General Mills Corporation, B&G Foods Corp, I don't care, whatever the wiki says. they don't seem to have much interest in continuing the mythos of this character, so we're just going to assume that he is actually an alien that came to Earth at some point. But he's just kind of big, and at one point in the past has been shown to be able to summon really big cans, which seems to be his only power. So he's big and he can summon cans. I was expecting a lot more when I put him on the wheel like 3 weeks ago, but that's where we're at. Now, finally, after probably too much debate, his opponent. Pinkie Pie of My Little Pony Mythos, whose name is apparently Pinkamena Diane Pie, which I did not know. I really do hate that when you go to the My Little Pony wiki, which thank God this is my first time on this website, the 3 categories of imagery, this is during an ad break, but that's fine. I don't think people need to see this. The 3 categories of imagery for this are main, future, and human, which I just don't like that. I just don't like that. Yes, there is a Pinkie Pie versus Deadpool Death Battle. I'm not going to take Death Battle into account, though, because it's not a primary source. Death Battle basically just does what we do, but they spend more time on it. Alright, powers. There's got to be a powers. There's got to be a powers section here, right? Skills. Musical abilities. Baking. Pinky sense. She can predict the future. Signs, okay. So she can predict the future. She has spider sense. She has spider sense. That's notable. That's notable. What other things do we have here? Memory, skating. I know Toon Force is a factor here. Oh yeah, Equestria Girls. Is that the human one? Is that the humans one? Boy, there's a lot of... There's a whole... Wow. This is actually a very nicely itemized episode breakdown for this wiki. That said, I'm not surprised that the My Little Pony wiki is very thorough. I kind of wish it was less thorough, but it is well curated. It is very well curated. Now, what I am not seeing that is a little bit surprising is I am not seeing powers, right? Other than Toon Force, I kind of assumed, I guess incorrectly, that My Little Pony was one of those things where, like, all of them have some sort of different power. What are you trying to say about my people? Bad things. Bad things. I'm going to be blunt with you. Bad things. Does she have powers? Or is her power Toon Force? Or is that is that her thing? Maybe that's her thing. Do they all have powers, but then hers, like, is the fact that she has Toon Force? I've been hate crimed by my hero. Well, I am also a judge. I will hold you in contempt of court. Look, man, we all know. I'm not calling out you specifically, but other people in this group, yes, I will. Yeah, she wins, let's move on. You know what? I'm also fine with that. I was hoping that Jolly Green Giant would be a more interesting wealth of info, and Jolly Green Giant kind of flopped on interesting things other than the weird little alien rabbit hole. Other than the weird little alien rabbit hole, I think that Pinkie Pie's Toon Force, he's just kind of big, but, like, if she can predict the future, she's probably fine. The court, I didn't do the gavel. The court rules that this battle is not interesting enough to continue, but does rule in favor of Pinkie Pie for the sake of having a ruling. Battle 8. No, probably not the last one. I think we'd probably get 9 to 10 done today. That's my prediction. 9 to 10 cases. 9 to 10 cases. Now I'm noticing a typo that I made that I didn't notice at the time. Which that one's on me. But the intent is known. Let's just get them off the whoop. Okay, I don't know if I actually remove them, which means that they're gonna just be. We're just gonna get them off the list right now. But that one's my bad. I'm not perfect. Snap, Crackle, and Pop. The Rice Krispies. That's their cereal. The Rice Krispies guys. Versus. Let's find out the other one. Time for a clip. Yeah, I'm fine with that one getting clipped. That was a good clip moment. Now this is an interesting one because these are some incompatible concepts right here. We have magic cereal elves versus a digital being. Guys, I'm so excited for the Ironheart show. All right. We're definitely going to have to do some research for this one. Maybe this one is going to take longer than I thought. As is tradition, Snap, Crackle, and Pop first. Now, I don't know exactly what powers they have, but I do believe they are some sort of elves or fae of some nature. The story of Snap, Crackle, and Pop, Rice Krispies history. Great. Now, I don't know if this is going to be like a production history thing. It very well might be, in which case it's not going to be super helpful. But we'll scroll together, see what we can find. It's not going to be centered properly, but I don't give a darn. Rice Krispies through the years. This is actually backwards chronological. The first thing that we're seeing is a lyric video, it says, which, okay. Homestyle treats. They became rock stars. All jokes aside for a second, these things, the poppers, which is a name that I wouldn't have called them, but that's what they did. These are good as hell. They're literally just mini Rice Krispies treats covered in chocolate. They're great. They're not complicated, but they're good. Let's see. 2008, and then a huge leap all the way back to 1991. 1984, 1983, 1979, 62, 55, 49, 41, 33. We are going farther back than I thought. I scrolled up back. Another 33. Oh, this is where the characters get introduced in 33. Now this is interesting. If this one confirms that he's a gnome. Were they changed to be elves, or are they still technically gnomes? And none of these matter. Okay. Let's see here. What are these characters? They are gnomes. They are gnomes, not elves. Okay. So I think that is not great, right? I feel like that's a bit of a nerf. If they were some sort of elves or fairies. Dude, stop revving your engine outside. What the hell? Do you guys hear that? There's a dude who's been revving his engine out there for like 20 straight seconds. Yes, the trio was used in conservation messages during World War II and briefly reimagined as superheroes in the 1990s. But that was brief. Okay, that Wikipedia article just took me to the link for superhero. That's not helpful. Snap, Crackle, Pop, superheroes. Now, they do not have their powers continually, it seems. That's more literal than I was expecting it to be. This is a super blurry image, but it's what we have. Yeah, I mean, here they are with their not very good superhero costumes. I'm just gonna say it. There are better ones out there. But this is an irrelevancy. This was a brief reimagining, and as we established with precedent in the case of Giant v Pie, current lore. Current lore. Also, people are saying, "Wow, Saint is old." I don't necessarily know if that was something Saint had seen personally. Okay, so no superhero stuff. That's not relevant. Do they have powers? That's the question, I think, is do they even have powers? I'm not necessarily seeing anything that would imply this, but I'm gonna do some more research, as is the nature of this courtroom. Their corporate promotional material describes their relationship as resembling that of brothers. So I guess they're not brothers, but they're like brothers. Sure. I'm not seeing any indicators of powers here in my quick research. Why is there a link to the SCP Foundation here? Oh, it's just edgy. Okay. Stupid. I am seeing more of them being rock stars than I am of them being superhero or powers, superpowered. I love how many just guys are on this list. Well, I did expect these to be more than just guys. Also, I like how the framing that I have set up here does just cut Pop out of the equation. We're gonna... There we go. The power to consume calories with no negative consequences. I mean, fair. They just kind of seem like rock star gnomes. Underwhelming. Underwhelming, dare I say. Now, they do have the advantage of being a triple, and hacker is a weird pairing. Also, my mom is still here. Mom, you remember Cyber Chase? I know you remember Cyber Chase. Okay. Hacker, Cyber Chase Wiki. Yeah, like I said, this is going to be an interesting one. This is going to be a really interesting one here because how are these? What is hacker? What is hacker? I actually don't know. This is going to be an interesting because I loved this show when I was a kid, as my mother has just confirmed. It's still going. Mom, did you know that? This show's still doing new episodes. Which is crazy. Okay. Hieronymus Hacker. That's a solid name, actually. The overall main antagonist of Cyber Chase. What is he, though? History? Early life. Oh. I just shut that off. I just corrected, too. Why does that happen? God, this is... My blood sugar monitor is being weird. Oh, well. Created hacker as an equally intelligent assistant for Motherboard. So is he digital? No. He's in the real world. Water. I got water. I've drank this whole thing twice and corrected. Okay, so presumably he helped build cyberspace, or at least he claims. He was grounded for illegal downloading. That does make sense. Let's see. This is a very in-depth origin. I was not expecting this origin to be as long as it is. I'm kind of just skimming this rather than reading the whole thing because it would take way longer than I thought. So, He was then banished, and then apparently eons later, he launched a play to get revenge on Motherboard. So Hacker is theoretically, and that's according not to him, that's according to a good guy, so presumably the truth, Hacker is eons old, which is a claim and a half. He crashes a computerized library map in the real world, creates a breach in the system, uses this opening to infect circuits with a computer virus. I'm still not 100% sure what he is. Is he a guy who entered the digital space of Cyberchase? Or is he a program that existed in Cyberchase? Yeah, it just said cyborg, which was not helpful, just though I didn't mention it. What happens if I click on this? A cyborg, or Borg for short, is a type of character in Cyberchase. It seems to encompass most or all of the humanoid characters that live in cyberspace. Okay, so I guess that does imply that he's a native, which doesn't really track. This is important. This is something that we're definitely going to need to know for this ruling. Okay, wait, this is important. Motherboard is listed as his mother. Okay. So I guess seems like he is. Wait, is Dr. Marbles a real person though? I guess the confusion here is I figured that this guy who created this is a wild like lore deep dive that I was not prepared to go on right now. So okay, I think I understand the problem here. Motherboard was not created by Dr. Marbles. Dr. Marbles is her chief technician, who I guess then who created this is such a weird rabbit hole. Species referred to as the cyber brain that runs cyberspace, and only that. Okay, so let me explain what my thought process here was like. So I was under the false impression that Dr. Marbles created Motherboard, and that he was like a guy who created Motherboard. And then if Hacker was his assistant, it would make sense that he was also a real person. But it seems like Motherboard has just kind of maybe always existed, or it was created at some point in the past, and created Dr. Marbles, and I guess also therefore Hacker, as her like technician assistants. So they are generated by her, which means Hacker is a digital being. Great. That is what we needed to determine. Hacker is a digital being. Good to know. I think that's fair at the very least. So, powers. We need to go see what his abilities are. I think a big question here is just how much, if anything, can he do in the real world? He can mess with computers and electronics. I don't think Snap, Crackle, and Pop are gonna care, you know? This like, I feel like this is very much a type of draw, where it's like Snap, Crackle, and Pop seem to just kind of be gnomes that also play rock music. They don't really have any ability to mess with Hacker unless they want to like unplug him, but I don't think that's how it would work. Hacker, though, cannot affect the real world, so he cannot attack them. But I don't want to end this in a tie, so we get to go to some edge cases. That's another sort of precedent that will be set by the case of Hacker v. Gnomes. We don't know their last name. Hacker v. Gnomes. And Hacker is his actual last name, which is funny. In the case of Hacker v. Gnome, which... that's the most realistic name we've had so far. I feel like that could be an actual court case. Hacker v. Gnome sounds like those could both be last names. Anyway, I'm going off topic here. In the case of Hacker v. Gnome, neither of them really could realistically do anything to each other, and therefore I'm setting a precedent of we go to edge cases. We go to edge cases in this time. We need to see if Hacker can create a physical body for himself. I don't think so necessarily. Archie says go to the real world page on the Cyberchase wiki. Okay. Where? Oh, I know what I can do. I can bounce around characters. We'll pick the one that's called Matt because, of course, now hopefully Earth. It is located in the real world. Okay. Now before I read this, I want to go ahead and say what I was going to say, which is that my current ruling, which may be altered by this, is that I am going to rule in favor of Hacker. I'm going to rule in favor... Well, okay, now we're on an ad break, but that's fine since I'm just going over a precedent and then we're going to go over specifics. My current thought is that I am ruling in favor of Hacker because we know that Hacker can affect machinery in the real world. Presumably, if it's internet connected, he can mess with it. So maybe he can manipulate events that would lead to the death of Snap, Crackle, and Pop, right? I think he has higher odds of being able to do that than the gnomes do of hurting him. And so that is the logic that I'm going to go with. However, now I do want to go through this real world article and we're going to see what we can find. Inhabitants of the real world don't seem to know that cyberspace exists. That is notable. In contrast, Hacker does know of the real world. The Cyber Squad has contemplated the destruction that he could cause if he somehow reached the real world. So, yeah, I mean, they don't have... There's no overlap. There's very little overlap before these. Yeah, okay. They do very little overlap. So, I'm going to go by the ruling that I said during the ad break, right? I think, since we're going to edge cases, Snap, Crackle, and Pop have no functional way to take out someone who operates in the internet. They do not have that power, right? Even if they did go into the internet, we don't know what their math skills are, right? I don't imagine that they're wonderful at math. So, and that's, Hacker's only weakness, I guess. Hacker, therefore, as an internet-based being, has more ability to affect the real world than the gnomes have the ability to affect Cyberchase. So I think, despite this being a edge case, I am ruling in the case of Hacker v. Gnomes in favor of Hacker. This is most likely a draw, but I don't like ending on draws. So, Hacker wins. That one did take longer than I expected it to, but we're going to do one more. We're at 5 minutes till 3 hours. So we're going to do one more announcements and then we will end off for tonight. Who knows how long this one will take. But we will see it through regardless. Final fight of the night. Let's go. Is great start. If you don't know who Manila is, I'm not going to tell you yet. I'm going to wait. Don't say it in chat. Someone might have already, but don't say it in chat. I'm going to show a picture. I'm going to show a picture once we have the other one determined. Let's see what the other one is. See what the other one is here. Oh, this is a friendship. The answer to this one is immediate and persisting friendship, but we're going to go through and do this for real. Manila versus Mabel. Gravity Falls. First thing, we got to look up Manila. So, if you don't know what Manila is the son of Godzilla, right? And when you hear in your mind, son of Godzilla, you probably have some sort of image in your mind as to what the son of Godzilla might look like. And that's pretty cool, right? Son of Godzilla, that's interesting. That's kind of neat. The son of Godzilla is this little guy. this is Manila. I gotta read you the plot of the movie. I don't know if he's actually in even more than one movie. I know he's in at least one. First appeared in the 1967 Godzilla film Son of Godzilla. Looks like he does appear in multiple movies, but well, let me see. Yes, he does appear in multiple movies, but Son of Godzilla is the one that matters, right? So, he gets bullied. He gets bullied by giant bug monsters, so Godzilla shows up to protect him, trains him, and then they fight a giant spider together. That's the whole thing, is he gets bullied by bug monsters, Godzilla trains him, and then they fight a spider. So, the thing that's important here is I want someone to guess here. Actually, he's bigger than I thought he was gonna be. Well, it's weird because sometimes he could we're not guessing size anymore. That game is done because of new information. He's 13 meters tall, right? Still pretty big. Not Godzilla size, but still pretty big. Except in the movie Godzilla All Monsters Attack, where he can appear in people's dreams and shrink down to human size. That's notable, I guess. But it's yeah. One thing that I also want to figure out, he has atomic smoke rings, and at one point he does learn how to use his atomic ray, but he is still learning how to use his atomic breath. He does not have that as a base power. Are we counting Baby Godzilla as a different character for this case? Yes, this is Manila specifically. Manila is not a fan-made name. Manila is his actual name from the movie Son of Godzilla. This is not a bit, this is the character. So basically, tiny baby Godzilla. Not a lot to explain here. He's tiny baby Godzilla. Now there's some interesting interactions here when it comes to Mabel Pines. Mabel Pines does not have any powers inherently. Now there are moments when she does, like in the season 2 end setup where she goes into Mabel Land, but obviously that's an edge case that we're not going to be considering right now. She has a grappling hook. That is notable. Grappling hook is a thing. It's like her iconic tool. I was going to say weapon. She uses it as a weapon sometimes, but Mabel Pines does have a grappling hook. That is... there's got to be an image of that on this wiki somewhere, right? Come on. Perfect. The exact image that I wanted, actually. The exact image that I would like. Grappling hook. She has a grappling hook, and she is proficient with it. So that is definitely notable. She does have Mabel Juice. I don't know how much Mabel Juice it would take to affect a 13 meter tall kaiju, but I know you said not to worry about size, but Manila's is with a little kid in one movie and is about the same height. That was the thing I was saying, where in All Monsters Attack, he can appear in people's dreams and shrink down to human size. It is notable, and I was gonna get to that, but his base size is 13 meters. However, like, this is such an immediate friendship situation. Like, it's hard to say who wins in a fight, because Mabel and a baby kaiju that can appear in people's dreams, yeah, that's just an episode of Gravity Falls. That is just an episode of Gravity Falls right there. Mabel does dislike stop-motion monsters. Yes, someone mentioned that, but you also said he's adjacent to. He is also a man in a suit, though. He is notably not stop-motion. I would say, yes, stop-motion adjacent is fair, but I would also call, especially original Godzilla, which is what this guy is part of, like the original Godzilla movie style, is very notably a man in a suit. It is stop-motion, but it is specifically as someone in a costume. She would find his movements uncanny. True, but it's Mabel. Mabel does dislike stop motion monsters. Yes, someone mentioned that, but you also said he's adjacent to. He is notably not stop motion. I would say, yes, stop motion adjacent is fair, but I would also call, especially original Godzilla, which is what this guy is part of, like the original Godzilla movie style, is very notably a man in a suit. She would find his movements uncanny. True, but it's Mabel. if anyone is going to be able to get over her fears for a kind of creepy but cute kaiju monster, it's Mabel. Like, that's such... I'm giving... Okay. Because I like to put a winner on this list, right? I don't like to tie because I like having one be bolded over the other, right? But I'm giving the win... I'm giving the win to Mabel. Because I think she gets the better end of the deal in this situation. She has a monster friend now. She has a monster sidekick that she brings to the final fight against Bill. Original Godzilla was a horror movie. This is the Toho. Yeah, I should have been more specific. I think it's the Showa era, technically. But yeah. I should have been more specific. But yes. I mean, yeah. Mabel comes out on top here, right? 9 battles. Mabel comes out on top of the final one. That I think is the end of this court session. We're going to go ahead and adjourn the court here. I will do my announcements and then I will officially adjourn. And no one's allowed to leave the stream until I officially adjourn or you'll be held in contempt of court. But yes, that is going to be the end of today's Very Serious Battles episode. Let me go over a couple of quick announcements and things, and then we will adjourn. I mean, I love how just having this gavel has made me lean so much more heavily into the court imagery, and I think it's very funny, and so I'm going to keep doing that. I would ask the chat if you guys are also enjoying the court imagery, but I don't care because I'm going to keep doing it regardless of what your answer is. That was short. Can we do another one? I mean, I usually run 3 hours. I usually run 3 hours. Do I have others? Screw it. We'll do another one. We'll get to an even 10. I had a little thing. We're doing an even 10. I don't care. Hopefully it'll be an easy one. I will say, I reserve the right to, if this is one that's going to be, like, difficult. If this is one that's going to be difficult, I reserve the right to just not do it today. But fine, we'll do it. We'll do another one. Fast. Speed mode. Spin the wheel. Who we got? Make it someone easy. Make it someone easy so we can get an even 10. That is a pretty easy one, actually. That one's pretty straightforward. Kronk versus... Oh boy! Kronk versus the Paw Patrol. The final case of Kronk v. Patrol is going to be quite a one. I haven't seen this movie in forever, Emperor's New Groove. I have seen it, but it has been probably like a decade. Kronk, just kind of big, dumb, strong, right? That's his whole thing. He's kind of a himbo, but is sort of a bad guy himbo because he works for one of the villains. That's his whole bit, right? I don't even really need to pull up the thing because that is everything, right? Because he has magical things, but just from Yzma. So, just big, strong. He can talk to animals. Okay, someone else said he can speak to squirrels. Can he speak to animals or can he speak to squirrels? Very important. Very important. Communication with woodland animals. The Disney Wiki says communication with woodland animals. Are dogs woodland animals? Also, can the Paw Patrol just talk? I'm realizing this might be an irrelevant question. I know they can talk in that new movie where they're the power... Shut up. God. I know they can talk in that new movie where they're basically the Power Rangers. Can they talk normally? Surely they can, right? Surely the Paw Patrol can just talk. Okay, so... This is the second episode where you make me imagine a grown man beating the shit out of a child or animal. Yeah, that's... Remember that the whole point of this series is kind of to make fun of power scaling and have fun doing it. So, yeah, they talk to the kid. Okay, so they do talk. They do talk. Now, the Paw Patrol, though, they are just dogs, right? They are more highly trained dogs, but they are dogs. And I know this because... I assume they don't normally have superpowers because I know there's the movie where they're getting superpowers. So I assume that superpowers are not the status quo. Yes, they have house-sized vehicles. I am aware of that. I am aware of that. Also, a question that I think is viable here. Are they puppies? Are they puppies or are they adult dogs? This is interesting. I just clicked on one arbitrarily. I clicked on the wiki for Rubble, apparently, the bulldog. And it says he's 5 years old. And I'm wondering if they mean 5 in, like, dog years or 5 in human years. Because a 5-year-old dog is not a puppy. A 5-year-old dog is not a puppy. So, yeah, that's a weird little... If I search Paw Patrol age, I'm just gonna get, like... It's for like 8 to 12-year-olds, or probably not that age range, but you get what I mean. It's not gonna be. Surely they're not. Okay, hold on. He's the main protagonist in the spin-off series Rubble and Crew. He has a whole spin-off. There's spin-off series for Power Rangers, Paw Patrol. Okay, Marshall, the Dalmatian, is described as being 6 years old. They have to be meaning in equivalent human years, you know? Like you know, I don't know if this is ever mentioned in the show, but like for kids, they're like, oh yeah, this dog is 5 years old because that's like the age of the audience. So that's got to be relevant to, so they're puppies. We're going to assume they're puppies. I think that is important because, and this is one of those things where I get to say something that is very bad to say. It's probably easier to punch like 6 puppies than it is to punch, because isn't one of them like a German Shepherd? Like there's a German Shepherd, there's a Bulldog. If they were full-grown dogs, no, Kronk is dying. I don't care how strong Kronk is. I don't think he's going to be able to beat like a full-grown German Shepherd and let me look. What's the roster here? Oh, there's a lot of them. 14 heroic puppies? Oh my god. Yeah, you're not beating up 14 dogs at once. That's insane. But if they're puppies, but they also do have gigantic house-sized vehicles. So I think Kronk is like, oh, cute dogs, or however Kronk sounds. I could do a Patrick Warburton voice if I hadn't been talking for 4 hours straight. If I prepare myself to do a Patrick Warburton voice, I can do a Patrick Warburton voice, but not at this stage in the stream. I also just realized I just wrote Patrol on here. Paw Patrol. Yeah, he could hardly put a llama in a bag, let alone a horde of dogs. Yeah, this is a very easy 10th battle. The court rules in favor of the Paw Patrol. They crush him with their cars, and if they can't use their cars for whatever reason, there's still 14 dogs. Yeah, I think 14 dogs is just that's a hard challenge for anybody. And there we go, very easy 10th battle. Just another like 5 minutes added to the stream. Now we're going to do announcements and then we will adjourn. So first off, thank you all for coming to the stream. I saw people saying that they liked the court bit, which is good because we are continuing it. It's very funny, at least to me, and that's ultimately all that matters on my channel. But let's talk about some stream schedule stuff and some YouTube things really quickly, and then I'll plug like a comic and then we'll be done. So first off, if you do not subscribe to my YouTube VODs channel, you should. I have VODs for most of my streams on there. Some of the more random ones I don't put the VODs for, but most of my better things are on VODs there. There are 2 previous episodes of this. Oh, hold on. There's an ad. No, I'm going to snooze this ad break. Yes, I can do that, by the way. I just don't. Yeah, there we go. So I snooze the ad break, cancel it so I can do my announcements and wrap up. Anyway. What was I going to say? I totally lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. There are 2 previous episodes of Very Serious Battles up on this YouTube channel if you would like to watch them. We started it 3 weeks ago, but I had another commitment last Wednesday, so we ended up not doing it then because it was my friend's birthday. So there are 2 previous episodes of this. This was the 3rd. Both of those are up on YouTube if you would like to watch. There are also the previous episodes of Rewriting the Marvel Universe, Canon Clash, which will restart soon. I actually need to put out a guest call for that, but I'll do that after I'm done here. Fun things on the YouTube is the point. The last Monday's episode of Rewriting the Marvel Universe with Nikhil will be uploaded probably tomorrow, and then tonight's stream will be uploaded I want to say at some point over the weekend, but I have a really busy weekend coming up, so it might be Monday. But it will be uploaded. Marvel Universe will be uploaded tomorrow. This episode of Battles will be uploaded over the weekend or Monday. Speaking of me having a very busy weekend, the next stream that we will do is Outlaws of the Seven, Episode 3. That is this Friday at 6 p.m. Central Time. Outlaws Episode 2 is now up on YouTube, podcast platforms, everywhere. If you would like to go watch that, please do. It's a very fun episode. I'm excited for Episode 3. Now, normally, I stream on Saturday nights. I am at a convention this week, so I will not be streaming this Saturday. I'll probably still stream Monday. If I'm super tired after the convention, but it's not like it's far away from me, so I should be good. So no stream this Saturday because I am not going to be I'm going to be tired for that. But then probably stream on Monday. We'll be doing more battles on Wednesday, back to normal schedule from there. As for everything else, that is basically the only announcements I have stream-wise. Everything else is pretty solid. What time will Marvel be uploaded? I'm not going to lie, I don't know. I don't have a consistent upload schedule for my VODs, and, since they're VODs, I just kind of do whatever. I probably shouldn't do that, but I don't really care. It will be uploaded tomorrow. I also don't know how long it will take to upload, so whatever. Other announcement, the only other thing which most people have probably heard by now, I am selling some physical copies of a comic book that I wrote a couple years ago. It's called Power Play. It's about a superhero game show. It's a fun little comic. It's just a one-shot. I did a Kickstarter for it, have some leftover stuff, so I'm selling off some of those and some of the extra things, like extra add-ons and stuff. You can find information for that in my Discord. If you go to my Discord, my official public one, there is a channel in there called Buy Matt's Comic or something like that. All of the info for how we're going to do this, it's super informal, but all of that info is there. If you already ordered one, I have all the packages set. I think I'm shipping them out on Friday. So those should hopefully be there or get to you, I would assume, at some point next week, depending on where you're at. Otherwise, I do think that is pretty much the only announcement stuff I have. So again, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I guess I should say I did post TikToks today. Go watch them. One on each account. But yeah, that's basically all I got. So again, thank you so much to everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you all on Friday for Outlaws. Have a good rest of your night. Oh, we got to officially adjourn. There we go. So, have a good rest of your night. Court is adjourned.